Good Wednesday morning, friends, family, random strangers on the internet. I also just realized that I didn't even set this up for anybody to tweet it out. So I'll do that right quick. But hey,
look at this guy.
What a fucking overnight move. Just to square us off to start out. Like over 2% just out of nowhere. I think SPY ripped from like, 655 to almost 680.
It's funny, almost every time we're going into a show, I ask you guys, I'm like, hey, what are the big moves? What kind of things are happening? What we might be able to make a headline out of, a title and stuff. And usually you're like, nothing's happening. The world's boring.
The thing is...
we do this show every day, and most of the time it's boring.
The thing is,
and then
you
today,
know better.
Here we go.
If I get into any kind of political weeds,
yeah, I know.
I will pop off and get in trouble. And so we got to kind of toe the line of, political shit is causing crazy headlines, which is causing crazy market moves. Mm-hmm. But I got to toe the line a little bit when we make titles and thumbnails. So I don't get myself in trouble.
So you're saying me and Tucker don't get in trouble, just you?
No, Tucker's bound by the same shit I am.
Oh, okay,
I just have a history of getting carried away.
So what you're saying is I don't get in trouble for anything.
I mean, I don't know. I think you said some shit that there'd probably be repercussions. I don't know.
I am my own boss, sir. You cannot tell me what I can and cannot do.
Yeah, but there is a certain someone sitting in this little triage of faces people see on the screen that does control the contract you're signed on.
That's me.
Very true. Oh God, I hope it's not Tucker.
That said, if you get me fired first, it won't matter because I'll be fired and you'll be safe. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. He's thinking about it. Look at that. It's like
he's been considering that since day one.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of how we get Tucker fired because he didn't bring us our dang coffee and donuts.
That's
again.
A good point.
I brought myself coffee. I even got a tiny little NASDAQ mug.
I don't even want coffee. I don't even like coffee.
Nick, tell him that I brought it to you, so he feels even worse.
Oh yeah, Tucker walked like 875 miles.
Yeah,
it was above and beyond. Honestly, give this man a raise.
Yeah,
I don't control that either, but do it. I also just realized I don't even have your feed up. I do.
Yeah, you're not sharing your screen either.
Our dog was pissing us off this morning. She was causing trouble. That's not the reason. That's not the reason I'm not prepared. But the reason I'm not prepared is more like there was a presentation for class due today, and I started working on it 10 minutes before class started. Yeah. That's more accurate as to
you know what you usually do when you're not prepared for a presentation? You get sick and go to the nurse's office and go home. I've did that a couple times. I
have a tummy ache. All right, we did get a nice rejection off the high there, but we didn't fall anywhere near as much as you were wanting us to quite yet.
Hey, we still got a couple minutes there.
We do. I'm eyeballing this bounce. I don't even have my Periscope open, bro. I am not prepared.
I got it for you. I'll do your job for you.
That's a lot of positive gamma everywhere. All right, buckle in, folks. We might have a nice choppy day today. Why is my shit so zoomed out? Oh my god.
It would make sense to see a choppy day too. Dude, obviously,
6,800 is packed and stacked.
Yesterday's gamma was so that was a perfect setup yesterday. That 6,600 run up, I was watching that thing all day. You got that little pullback, and then we popped up to that 6,600. That was a very clean one. I scalped some of those too.
I heard Tucker swung $660 calls, and he's retiring early.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Tucker, do you even know how to place a call on a broker?
He's gonna figure it out. Dude,
that's a big ask for a guy like me.
I'm just watching NQ right now on this little bounce off the bottom. We're up about 30 points from the bottom, but we're still down almost 100 from the peak that we hit pre-market trading. Dude, the temptation when I see this little bounce pattern right here. This right here is something I like to short, but the range is so high, my stop would basically have to be high of day, even though there's a little rejection point about 20 points above us here. The way we moved overnight, I'm not quite comfortable chasing shit. And so we still... positive gamma right above us, nice and heavy. Positive gamma right below us, nice and heavy. And there's not really any range of negative gamma within that. there's like 3 inflection points of negative gamma to possibly accelerate. I would be hard pressed, barring yet another headline. I would be impressed if we dump with any stretch of the imagination. We have a lot of support and resistance basically right where we are in a pretty wide range here. Like right where we are right now could be resistance, could try to short it for about 10 points. And more support down below, 67.40, 67.65, and 70, which is basically where we're right above now at 67.85. Really heavy positive game at 6,800 and 6,820, all the way up to 6,850. Again, remember, the general premise is price tends to gravitate toward heavy market maker positive gamma positioning, with negative gamma positioning acting as acceleration to that end. And we're sitting in a very wide range of supports and resistances here. This can really just chop sideways all day. We could get a good pop and drop. It really, really falling into an environment of trade what you see, not what you want. Now, which is what you should do anyway, but we all have our biases, and it'd be a lie to say if you do or do not. You do. Everybody has a little bit of a market bias. Even if you trade both directions, you got a little bit of market bias. It's in there. Just like we all hate Anthony a little bit.
Well, then that's not a bias. That's just a fact of the universe.
You got me there.
The fact is, I didn't get my donut today. I do not do the show without my donut, Tucker. Go get my damn donut.
Dude, doing a donut. If I don't even really eat breakfast.
I don't either.
And sometimes I won't even eat lunch. I just won't eat until like the evening.
Oh yeah, I'm not missing lunch. I'm missing lunch.
If I ate a donut this early, dude, I would be drooling at my desk in lethargy. I would be incapable of doing anything. We got some like nice donuts over the weekend, and I ate it with my coffee, which is what I never do. Usually I just set that shit down and eat it later when I get the munchies or something. I ate that with my coffee, and it shut my brain off for like the first 4 hours of the day.
Just like food coma or
the sugar
yeah,
rush,
like the sugar rush. I'm not a heavy carb eater. And so the sugar rush, the sheer amount of carbohydrates in that donut, it just shut me off. And I was just gonna have a nice gaming weekend. Instead, I sat on the couch for like 3 hours, just fucking sitting there miserable.
That's why you were MIA all weekend.
So here's exactly what I was talking about on that.
Maybe he doesn't want to talk to your ass. Jesus, not everything's about you, bro. God damn.
That NQ,
MIA.
That NQ rejected right where I said it would, at that 180 spot. But again, even though I was right for about almost 60 points there, I'm not comfortable just jumping into a position here. I want to see what kind of range we form off the open to see if we can form a range under this range, or if they're just going to take it and back test a lot of those levels they brew through in the overnight session. Yeah, that would have been a great trade. Yeah, my assumption was right, but it wasn't a very strong assumption. I kind of, with the way we've got that gamma set up right above and right below, it could just as easily have blown right through what my stop would have been, and that would have been a pretty hardy loss on NQ. It was 20, 40, 60, 80. Almost 80 points. That's a lot of fucking money on NQ. Even with micro contracts. It's $2 a point. For one contract. I usually trade 2 to 3 on micros. That would have hurt really bad. So the risk reward wasn't there for me. So we're waiting to see what they do with this here. In the meantime, as always, if you're new here, we do flow requests, flow reads. Maybe we'll even take a trade or two from the flow. Just let us know what you want to look at. We'll pop that open and break it down for you while I try to continue watching myself miss this now 62-point move.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some trades that I took yesterday that I did not swing, and yeah, you know.
Oh, you get to watch some nice explosions without you. The classic.
Yeah,
there's a Turner Classic movie.
I took these NVIDIA, the 58185s yesterday. I sold them for 20% at close, and 345 was the average. They're trading at 664 right now, high of 720. So
brutal.
Yeah, you know, just kind of a little sad, but hey, you know what? You got to manage that headline risk stuff.
The temptation to chase this is strong. We are finally falling into that lower part of the range from pre-market session. overnight session. We're now below it. Right here is like the line in the sand. If they knife this, I'd be hard pressed not to chase it personally. But again, the stop is 70 points above our current position. And ouch, bro. If I had gotten into that initial one we talked about right off the open there, I would be trailing to the 1 minute candles here. Because once that 1 minute candle breaks to the upside, the downtrend pattern's temporarily broken. And ultimately, the full stop out would have to be way up here above that resistance I have at 180, 25,180. You know, chasing's scary down here. Sometimes scary trade's the right trade, but I don't got the balls right here. Even now, if I trail to the 1 minute, that's a 30-point stop out. And as I've said before in the show, really tight stops, I'll chase into it after the fact. I don't like sitting through drawdown. 30 points is a little too much drawdown for my tolerance. 10 to 15 is usually what I'll cut it at. So I'm just... Guess what? We're fucking waiting. Those call premiums are finally coming down,
that IV is going to be so high at open, too, with the gap up.
All right. Any ticker or flow requests while we sit here and wait? Because this knife is knifing all the way to my, like, ultimate level at 25,078.
Any comments while we wait? Come on, guys. Wake up.
We are drilling. We're down 260 points from the top on NQ. Anthony, I didn't take a single contract. I had it.
And you didn't listen to me.
I had the heart of the cards. Look at this level. I've had this 25,180 level since 2 contracts ago. I've been rolling it forward and mathing it up to the next level of the new contract 3 times now. Perfect resistance on the drop. Perfect support on the bounce. Perfect resistance on the drop. And I didn't take it. Hey,
and you didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to me. I told you we were going to drop it open. You just didn't want to listen to me.
Hey, to be fair, we still haven't gotten to what you said.
Yeah. Another. Yeah. But hey,
yeah, there's no defense to that one.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we'll see.
At that
we'll see.
30-point rejection on NQ right away. They sold that bounce off immediately. And you know what's fun? You know what's really fun? What's really fun is NQ is down.
Fucking light of God is in my eyes. Look at this shit.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh God! Turn the light off. Oh my God.
I just want to point out real quick. We are down about 160 points from the NQ high this morning, and the Nasdaq's still up 3%. Like, that is a gap up and a half overnight on that ceasefire news. Jesus Christ. Like, that's crazy shit. The SPX is down 6,795, nowhere near as much. It's down 20 points from the market open high, and still up 2.3% from yesterday's close. So we can backtest so damn much and still be bullish as all hell.
Your Periscope update's pretty interesting too.
Dude, that 6,800 just exploded bigger.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm not feeling confident in chasing it. Plus, if you go to the market tie at all, call premiums are ripping during this dip. I have half a mind to long it, but I don't know if I have 20. I do. Fuck it.
Who are you?
I longed it, and my stop is low of day. I don't have the balls to go for the home run on this. I'm just going for a test of the bottom of this prior range, which is almost right here right now. If they reject before this, I'm just going to flatten it no matter where we're at. I got to let this 1 minute candle close. This is a rejection spot. They didn't quite get there. Right where my cursor is hovering now is where I would usually try for a short. And so I'm going to practice longing and see if I can sit in this long until we get there, or if I get stopped out or pussy out. We'll see. For those new to the show, I get really uncomfortable in longs. I'm very short-brained. And so longing with a stop at the low of day gets my blood pressure up a little bit. Maybe we should get heart monitors for the show. This is going to get me in it. I don't like that this 1 minute candle opened underneath the last one either. I needed to pretty instantly take out this last 1 minute candle, or I'm going to fold my hand. As it gets dead silent, and just watch.
Sorry, Oh,
I,
when we're done with that, actually, we do have something from Josh Boy 9 on the Twitter chat.
Oh
Who
yeah,
asked
go ahead,
about,
go ahead. This is kind of secondary. They can just watch me lose anytime. Like I lose all the time.
yeah,
It's
drop
kind
the
of
flow,
secondary.
pull
What
the
do we
flow up
got?
wall.
No, they just say NVIDIA 185 resistance wall. I can take a look at NVIDIA. It's not a specific
Just kind
piece
of
of
a
flow.
charting question more so,
Yeah, I
sounds
guess
like.
so. Get your thoughts on it.
You're better at long-term charting than I am, Anthony. I will say that.
I barely. Everybody overcomplicates
They do.
charting so much. I'm just trend lines, resistance, support. I mean,
That's literally all I use. Mine's just kind of
all you need.
constrained to like a maximum of a 5-minute time frame, except for like that level we talked about earlier. I've just left that on. That 25,180 on the NQ. It's not necessarily a long-term level. I couldn't tell you if it is. I put that on while looking at a 5-minute chart. Like 5 months ago. All right, we are almost to my profit take on this, and then we'll get to NVIDIA. I'm probably going to flatten this bad boy right there, and I'll take my 80 bucks. That's about 20 points. Right now, right here is where I would test a short if the ranges weren't so wide. So I will just let it happen without me if it does. But again, we still have that 6,800 positive gamma up there just staring at us. Like, look at it. That is a Hulk dick of positive gamma in a wide-ass positive gamma range. We finally have a little bit of negative gamma below us, but there's still 1, 2, 3 support zones on the way there with the heaviest positive gamma above us. I'm not going to try to short this yet. Could I have sat in that long? Yes, but like I said, I turn into the most introverted scaredy cat in your high school yearbook when I'm in a long, and I don't know why. It doesn't matter how right I know I am. I panic sell shit. But hey, it is what it is. We're 1 for 1 on scalps, and I broke the mold and took a fucking long, people. We are developing. We are evolving. Let's look at NVIDIA.
So yeah, NVIDIA. I'm just kind of looking at that weekly chart right now.
I have the wrong thing on screen. There we go.
I mean, clear uptrend here. We have been kind of in this little rangy period since July of last year, and I mean, kind of finally bouncing up off that uptrend there. And I mean, we're just in this little range here right now. I mean, it's just very clear cut chart on that one. Still bullish there. We haven't broken that uptrend there to the downside. And yeah, I mean, not much to really say on it there. I mean, this is how simplified my charting is. Just simple trend lines.
Click and drag the dollar, the Jesus Christ, the y-axis, like zoom in on it. That makes sense? Yeah, like yeah. Zoom in on that and then go hover your cursor at about 185.
185.
I'm with homie in the chat. You see how many candles and candle bodies bounce right off of and against from above and below that 185 spot?
Yep.
That's the breakthrough point to retest the high of the range. If they can't get back over 185, I think we're just going to range below. Given the trajectory of the market today, though, I mean, SPX still 2.5% up. The Nasdaq's over 3% up. Come on! NVIDIA's up 3% already. The trajectory has remained to the upside even after that fat dip at open. I kind of expect them to give that a little testy poo. Now, will they do it today? Bit of a stretch, I'd say. It's up there, man. It's another, what, 10,
yeah,
15. It's
need a
10 or 15% up, and we're not mathematicians here, okay?
I got it for you. I'll do it.
Oh, he's
for
gonna
you.
cheat
I'll do
it.
it for you.
He's gonna cheat it.
So you want to go up?
Yeah. Go due to the top of that range.
7.
Another almost 8%.
And then to fill that gap to the downside.
Is that going to happen today? I doubt it. But I do agree that that's kind of an inflection point. It's right through the middle of the upper end of that range. You can even see as the range widens over time, that's hitting the midpoint on this move up. And they've bounced it back up every time. Now, mind you, he's on the daily chart here, and this is taking a long-ass time to test. But it is staying within that channel.
Even that weekly, too.
Yeah, it takes its sweet time after the test. here was the breakout above it, and then here's that new range that Anthony drew here, a little closer in time. And it does bounce every time it tests it, but it takes a minute. like another week, according to the chart's pattern. Now, news headlines obviously move shit crazy fast and almost at random, it seems sometimes. It does tend to obey levels and gamma levels, but the speed varies, and news definitely plays a role in speeding that up. But I would agree with you at that 188 level. 185, rather, sorry.
Yeah,
Jesus,
I just keep an eye on that volume, to see how strong these big up days are on them as well. So, I mean, yeah, that's and RSI, I mean, people throw 1,000 indicators on. I don't even really need RSI. I don't really even use it.
I use
tells you if
generic
it's pretty much
price action with EMAs for the trend. Holy shit, that rejection.
That is all you need. You don't need 50 different oscillators and all this. Like, they're not going to help you. They're not going to help you. Oof. They're building up, though. 68,
they are.
25
Look where
there.
they rejected to. Go ahead and hover that green right above us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we are drill team 6.
Oh, I wonder if we're at my level
New
yet.
lows.
Oh, look at that. We're getting there. We're getting there.
But not
We're
yet.
getting there. We're getting there. We'll see where we are at the end of the show.
This is basically VWAP on the NASDAQ, for those who give a shit about that. I have it on for those who care. I don't really use it that much. And then these two green lines are like the range of the VWAP. Like, here's the VWAP. It's the midpoint of this range. Those are the extremes extension beyond VWAP. Again, I don't use it too much. I just keep an eye on these squiggly lines. I broke it down in a different one, but it's kind of arbitrary. Like, these are all based on the 21 EMA arbitrarily. Open, high, close. This one's the smoothing line that averages them out based on the close. It's all arbitrary. I just use that for trend. I don't tend to place trades based on it. Oh, what a short that was, though. They could not get back above that initial range from the first drop.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be watching it. Maybe we'll get one of my classic shorts instead of me biting my lip as we just sit in a really testy long in a downtrend. We'll keep an eye on.
And they're that 6,700 flip too. I mean, that being. I mean, too much going on for me to take a scalp there. Like yesterday's. Let me just go back to yesterday's quick. I mean, yesterday's was a pro. Okay, there we go. I was like, what the heck? All right, I mean, like, yesterday's was a prime setup there. I mean, I was watching these at like 2 o'clock. Here, let me go there. Like, this was, I mean, look at that. That's 6,600, and we were down here. I mean, you don't get a massive pop up to that, but I mean, that's clear as day there. Just look at it grow there. I mean, that's your confirmation there. It's just growing, and then you had the 66.15 grow too. I mean, that was a pretty way up there, I'd say, for yesterday. Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the Unusual Whales Discord server in the Periscope channel were playing that on the upside in the close. We did chop after the initial dump yesterday, but that 6,600 never went away. It just built all day despite it. So a lot of people were calling for, a pin between 6,625 and 6,600, and that's what we got. All right, I think this might make another leg down here. I'm not going to chase it, though. My stop would be almost 30 points again. I don't have that kind of risk tolerance, especially after we just took a 20-point win.
Josh is back with something else to talk about. He says QQQ tapped 0400 AM ORL. I'm just reading it. You guys are gonna have to translate for me.
Can you read it again?
Yeah, QQQ tapped at 4 AM ORL.
Open range low, is that what that is?
That's, yeah.
I'm not much of an acronym guy, man.
I
also like, I don't use like prior day lows as much as other people. My key levels are all intraday. That said, people who trade those ranges tend to do quite well. I just don't have them marked on my chart ever. I'm very short term. With options, I'm gonna be real with you. I hardly chart at all. I trade almost just the raw flow when I trade options, and that's how I've always done it. Even back when I was full-time in 2021, I hadn't even touched a chart yet. I didn't start learning chart trading and scalping until like 2 years ago.
Yeah, the only the only
The
thing I'll
wider
really
ranges
mark.
aren't something I'm good at. Your boy Milt on Twitter is really good at long-term
At
levels.
charting,
Like weekly lows, weekly highs, monthly lows, monthly highs. I'm bad at all of that. I just look at right now, personally. The highest I'll go on is on the 15, sometimes the half hour, to see what kind of range they're forming on higher time frames. Like right now, the 3-hour chart doesn't look very pretty, does it?
Yeah,
But
the
look
only
at
thing I
that
really
shit, dude. Like,
yeah,
come
that's a
on.
drop
24,000 to 25,259. A 1,259 point move on the NASDAQ on that ceasefire news. That's a batshit pump. We can back test. We can back test like 600 points, and it's still bullish compared to yesterday. Like, fuck.
The only thing I really chart to after the open, I just care about that initial balance high and initial balance low. That's literally all I care about.
What time frame do you use for that? Do you use the first full hour?
It's the first
like,
hour. Yeah,
that's what I see most people using for in the futures trading realm. Is they'll use
that's
that
all
range.
I mark usually. Not to change the subject, but we do have a lot of TSM calls hitting the feed here. Really short dated 410 370 calls here.
Punch it right in the mouth.
Could be.
Then do Tucker next.
Very, very close there.
Okay, if you insist.
There.
TSM, baby.
Yeah, these. They looked good on the feed, but now that I'm kind of looking at them, maybe not the best. I mean, when it comes in, you get that IV drop there. Spot is filling up the ask, though.
I'm short tight stop.
They expire tomorrow, or not tomorrow. God, thinking it's Friday.
You'll get there. You got this.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, man, it's.
Dude, we're worse for wear than Monday today. We suck.
Oh God, I know. My days are just those days.
My target on this before he dives TSM is basically low of day, and my stop is right above this tiny range we formed. Tight stop, I'll lose about half of today's profit if they stop me. Again, these ranges are way wider than I'm usually comfortable with, but we're vibing. Patterns are patterns, y'all. All right, go ahead. TSM, I'll shut up. I won't update my trade till it's over.
No, you're good. Yeah, I mean, it's almost they're filling pretty much at the ask there. I just don't kind of like how that IV drops here on that bigger size and premium there. And you get a wider bid ask spread here too. Again, it is filling up that previous ask though, and you're just kind of getting a lot of different bid side stuff going on here. Obviously, TSM does get a lot of contracts trade on it, a little more liquidity on that one, and just on that second batch of larger size and premium too. I mean, you just get that IV drop, and it is filling up the ask. It's just kind of one of those coin flip ones there. We had those MRVLs on Monday when they opened them right at the high of the day, and we tanked, and I believe MRVL was down. Yes, I don't remember the contract off the top of my head, but it had that small little IV decrease there at the end, and that's kind of what I pointed out that I didn't like. We're dropping, aren't we?
Yeah, but look what they just did to me. All right, they're gonna film me here, I think. Look at that shit. Hey, come back. What is that? 1.25 points above my profit take is where they bounced. Look at that.
Oh, that's bad.
That's brutal. This might be a reversal pattern too. They got me right back to break even as well. I'm just going to sit here and watch this stop me out. This is where a little learning lesson. If this happens to you, flatten that sumbitch. This is textbook definition of close enough. Look at that. 1.25 points. Brutal. But I'm leaving my stop where it is on this comeback. If they get me, oh well, we're still green on the day. But I wanted to show it on the screen because this happens a lot. If you get, I think some traders will use like a 10% rule. If it's 10% within your profit take when it bounces or before it reverses, just take it. This was 1 point away. Let me tell you, that's a lot closer than 10%. That should have been a flatten, but I really wanted to show this on screen. So I will let the buyers have a little chance to retake that range back. I don't think they will quite yet. I really want my profit take. But if they stop me out, so be it, homies. It is what it is. But wow, that happened in about half a second too. That was brutal.
Yeah, that was.
I should have just flattened it. But we're good. We'll be green on the day once this stops me out. They can backtest way up at 139, another 40 points up, and still be bearish. And so that right around this area where I'm hovering my crosshair will be my re-entry if this does stop me out. They got within 1 point of my stop out too. What are they teasing me specifically? 1 point from my profit take, 1 point from my stop out, both times. All right, we can go back to TSM. I'll make some noise. I realize I got to be a little bit more content friendly with this trading. I try to stay as chill as possible because I have a habit of over trading when I get excitable. And on Monday we hit an amazing 60-point scalp. And my reaction, I was trying to make a clip out of it. My reaction was basically like, all right, guys, let's go. That's not exciting to watch. There's nothing exciting about that at all.
Oh, hey, guys, I really made a cool move.
Like, hey, I did it. Let's go, man. All right. Dope. But all right, I'm going to see if they W this up. But look at these top wicks. That gives me some confidence. I'm still good to go. There's only one big bottom wick. But this 25,078 level I have drawn is usually a pretty strong support. And so if they can't give me a nice close under there, I'll probably flatten it and take my shekels. We're up a little over 30 points right now, so it's 20 points now. You don't got to get cocky with it. That was by far close enough. I just really wanted to show on screen, hey, close enough, do it. But we're vibing. We'll be green on the day if that stops me out. I'm going to let it play out this range. Let's finish TSM. I'll shut that down.
Yeah, not too much more to finish on this one. I mean, just I'm always cautious on those gap ups too, especially on short dated stuff. I mean, kind of a muddier flow there. I mean, mostly again at the ask there, but you know, just that IV kind of makes me hold up a little bit there, just that decrease there.
We had a really good little segment on IV on Monday as well. It won't be pretty, but I'll release a short clip of that too. It was a good little explanation we had a little back and forth on.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, do we have anything? We have some Google calls coming in, weekly Google calls here, the 410, 322 and a halves here. Oh man, everything is just kind of messy when it's coming in here, but this one looks a little better than TSM. Ooh, we are dumping on Google there a little bit. Our call premiums are just absolutely tanking on Google.
Google, knife it and take me down another 20 points on NQ before you pop 20 points. That'd be dope. Because I really should have taken profit there.
Let's just see what we got here, and it's kind of looks like it's all over the place again here.
We did actually just get a real flow request from Grift Lord on the YouTube chat for INTC 65 call on April 24th. I just dropped in the chat for you guys.
While you pull it up, I'm in the last throes of this trade. If they set a higher low on this candle, I'm just going to flatten it because they're not fulfilling my pattern. They're forming bottom wicks and top wicks on me on the way down to my profit take. They basically got to my profit take already. And so if they invalidate this current downside move, I'm done with it. We'll look for a re-entry. I'm going to wait for this 1 minute candle to close. If they print a huge bottom wick and close firmly above that level, I'm just going to take my 20 points and fuck off.
To make you feel a little better too, if you want to look at Periscope here before I pull up Intel, that 68.25 dropped off pretty significantly to your upside gamma is dropping, and it's building at that 67.50.
It gives me a little more confluence to stay in. But if they bounce it hard, again, I'm tight stops, wide profit takes. So right here, I don't want to, you know, I can get back in, and that's my general motto with scalping, especially with short. NQ tends to give you new chances. So like right here, if you didn't get in when I got in for that initial dump that almost got my profit take, right here would kind of be an okay spot to take a chance at it with the stop right where I had it. There's no reason for me to move that stop. If I had gotten out even, I'd probably be taking this trade again with the same stop out range. NQ tends to give you another chance. I'm hoping this is the other chance and not a reversal. Otherwise, I cost myself like a $150 win for a tiny lesson. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, NQ gives you chances again. If you get too excited, you'll get blown up. That's why I try to stay chill, even though it gets a little more boring for the show. But we're hanging out.
You gotta have some enthusiasm in the show.
All right,
Gotta have
INTC.
some. So these already making a pretty big move up there. So we had 5,200 contracts traded near the ask there. $1.15 an average, 601K premium. So we did have some previous open interest, but just based off this size, and I think I looked at this one and that, yeah. So it's coming in as one of those block trades that I always talk about here. Now, you have a better example here. So I know we talked about this on Monday too, where you like kind of seeing that flow around it. I like, at least personally, I like to see that just so I can see how this large size and premium is impacting the IV, how it's filling on the spot, just how that kind of flow around it is filling to. Again, just because there's flow around it doesn't necessarily mean that it's related to it, but I just like to see how that big order impacts everything there. And I am looking at it. Does to me kind of potentially look like we have that 2-second time frame here.
All right. I'm taking it off this
Ooh,
time.
there you go.
I'm gonna see
There
if this
you
1
go.
minute candle gets me, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking
Oof,
go.
There you go.
Patient pays off. Now
There
again,
you
still,
go.
I want to repeat. Right there is where I should have exited. That was fucking close enough, but I wanted to show the why. That went about 10 points lower than my profit take. But now, you see how they bought that up so violently, just like the last one. This is a sit and wait moment. I don't want to chase this again. That is feverish buying off the low.
Yeah,
You could try again
heavy volume.
and just range trade it. But with how wide these short-term ranges are, again, when I trade the 1 minute, the short-term ranges tend to be 20 to 40 points. This 1 minute candle did the full 40 points. And the ranges on the higher time frames are scary wide for someone who trades short ranges like me. Like that 5 minute candle on the dump was almost 100 points. I'm not going to sit through 100 fucking points of drawdown. I'm not doing that. I do not have the balls to watch my P&L drop that dramatically in seconds. I'm not doing it. Now, range traders will. And I'm a little bit of that to the short side, but range traders, they see this range forming from 25,108 way down now to 25,055, and they'll scalp this both directions. I don't have the balls for that, so I just hit my profit target here. I'm out until they really show this range is going to continue, or they're going to give that reversal to test this tiny little gap they did, or send us to new lows. My next major support for the NQ isn't until 24,993, about 70, 80, 90 points down from here. I'm not going to sit in a trade that long. I don't got the balls for it, and I never will. And that's fine. My little 30-second scalps are good enough for me. We sat in that trade for the better part of 10 minutes, and I never sit in a trade that long.
And you made $130. That's
I'll take it. We're vibing.
That's
a good trade.
That's a salary, or a day's pay for a lot of people. I mean, that's for 30 seconds
and again,
of work.
I have one cash account we switched to. I've been capping myself at about 300 profit on prop accounts.
Oof.
What a rejection. Range traders are feasting down here. Look at that. But we are up 211 on the day on this prop account. We'll be on a cash account soon. Don't you worry. Everything's still set up for that. Yeah, look at this. This is very, very volatile. Yo, Trade of 8 froze for a second there. All right, I'm hands off until this settles down regardless. Let's focus on some flow reads for a while. If all else fails and we're done trading today at 211 profit, that is still a huge dub. You don't got to push. $200 a day is a salary. Like you don't got to push.
That's $1,000 a week.
And with these prop accounts, I'm forcefully keeping myself in a range of 300 to 400 maximum. To help me with my little issue I have of overtrading. Sometimes you just gotta force it. Yesterday, it made me a little sad because, as you keep watching our show, you'll know I'm a big fan of shorting. And yesterday I stopped at 360 profit, and honey, let me tell you, I left a lot on the table. But hey, let's get back to some flow. I'll put us both on the screen for once. And I'm going to be hands off the scalps until this settles down, because the tape is very flashy. If you enter a trade right now on the NQ, I'll just show you on the dome real quick. You're going to see the bid and the ask on these jump 20 points separated at random when we get candles like that. Means if you fill an order right now, you're going to instantly be down or up big, because you're going to get significant slippage today, which happened. I really wish it was happening right now, because it happened right before I said it and wanted to show it on screen. But you get my point. Sometimes what somebody's willing to pay for the contract and what somebody's willing to sell it for are really far apart. We talk about those wide bid-ask spreads all the time with options. There's a little bit of one here, 96 to 107 on those INTCs. But those wide ranges mean liquidity issue. And so if you do a market order during a liquidity issue, you're going to get kicked in the nuts right away.
They'll usually fill you very close to the ask on that.
If not right at it.
Yeah.
So if you had filled these INTCs, honestly, you were probably okay. I can't tell what the 56.
If
you filled on these, you're probably okay.
they're up, and
but that risk exists in futures too. Maybe more so because of the nominal value of a futures contract is insane, dude. Like if you're trading 2 NASDAQ contracts, you're punting around hundreds of thousands of dollars in nominal value. Sorry, notional value. Those slippage hits are going to be factors of hundreds to thousands of dollars in seconds if you get hit with a 20-point slippage like that. It can hurt you real fast, real hard. And so when we started seeing that wiggle on the order book there, that's why I said, fuck that, I'm not taking it again. Because I could have filled and then been 30 points down instantly. And as somebody who, like I said, hates drawdown at all, I'll take 5 or 6 $20 to $50 losses in a row to hit a $1,000 trade, because I don't like sitting and drawdown. That would hurt and make me very upset on the day. And so we wait. All right, let's do flow reads for a hot minute here. If it settles down and I take a trade, I won't talk about it. I finally acted excited for a trade, so now I actually have a clip for the show. We're progressing, we're learning, we're evolving, folks.
Look at that. Improvement day by day.
Bro, I took a long today. The world is gone to shit. Like, hell froze over. Like, we got some crazy things going on. I took a long in a short trend. That's crazy. I'm too scared to take a long in a long trend. Hey, we're out here, guys. We're out here. Let's look at these INTC that are already ticket, up man. A lot.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, on your way home from work, can you grab a lottery ticket? Things are changing.
Hey, just remember me if you win the lottery, so you know.
I'll give you like 10 cents. I'll give you a cookie. How about that? Like one of those really nice ones.
Oh, the what are crumble cookies?
Yeah, like grandma style.
Ooh,
like melt in your mouth, powdered sugar cookies with chocolate chips in it. Oh, baby.
Oh, okay.
Baby.
All right. Well,
hey, she said she could pick up a lottery ticket. Let's see if we
ask her to pick me up some cookies too.
yeah, Anthony.
What about your donuts, bro?
No, we're on to cookies now, man.
Oh, what a pig.
He's like, actually, can I take my affiliate payout?
Why don't you just eat straight spoonfuls of sugar, you fucking guy?
I mean, brown sugar, I will.
Oh,
brown sugar. Fuck you. What do you mean? Ugh.
No, Nick's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, brown sugar's great.
I tend to be.
Okay, that's not true.
Need some help. You need some help.
All right, about that Intel.
Yeah, so Intel here. So this is a good example here too. So these do overlap earnings by a day. I'm gonna assume they're probably trying to chase the momentum today, though. I wouldn't base this as an actual earnings play. But good example here is I always talk about that IV and how I see it come in. Now, when that came in, it decreased here. It didn't matter, obviously. That name is the contracts are absolutely pumping now. So I mean, good example where just because everything is always textbook doesn't mean that it's not going to work out or it's going to work out. I mean, that's if I would have saw this in real time, again, it's filling at the ask. I know Intel's up 8% on the day. That IV drops there. I mean, it would maybe draw a little caution for me there, But again, using multiple data points helps too, because now if you're looking at this in real time, you know Intel is getting slammed with call premium as well too. And just kind of looking at this one here, this is only 2% of that total premium. So this little singular 600,000 premium isn't necessarily driving that full net call premium up there. So like that's kind of how I'll use that too. Like if I see a really nice piece of flow, like I know Intel's getting slammed with net call premium here too, and this is not like 90% of the total premium. Like I would probably assume there are buys there at that point. So I mean that's just kind of where I would discount that IV there. They're filling at the ask. It's a wider bid ask spread. They're not right at open either. You're about 15 minutes after open there. So that's just kind of one of those like trickier ones.
Taking
And that's
that range again and pretty much already out. I only want like 10 points on this.
Jeez, dude, just a 2-second trade over here. 2-second trader over here.
Hey man, we like a good quickie on a Wednesday morning. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that there. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna fuck around. We are up. Literally, I took scratch on that, so we're still up to 11. That's fine. All right, I'm gonna shut the hell up.
That's good. Yeah, no, that's just kind of it on the Intel there. I mean, you're filling with the ask. You get the small IV decrease, which would kind of draw attention to me, and then I dig in a little further, just kind of see how those net call premiums are reacting there. I know this is only 2% of that total premium. They're probably chasing the momentum, and there's obviously a lot of other people chasing momentum too. So I mean, the flow just I don't want to say messy because it's filling at the ask and you just get that little IV drop, but just it draws caution when I see things that aren't 100% textbook for me. But again, this one wasn't 100% textbook for me, and it ran. So I mean, but yeah, you kind of look at something like this and you can probably assume it's buy to open there too, just based on what's going on in the overall market too.
We got a weekly request on the CCL 28.5 puts, and we got a nice little bottom ticker here. These came in a little bit ago. I am pretty convinced of buy to open on these. We've got.
Oh, bruh, I had the link typed, but I didn't press it. It's there. Here, you know what? There you go. Let's go.
Oh, thanks, man.
It was typed. I just didn't press the enter button. That's
outstanding job, Tucker.
That's
outstanding job.
But we've got almost 4,500 contracts. I'm convinced they're BTO, even though we have what flagged as a mid fill right before this series of orders. It was only because the bid and the ask were the same at the time of the fill. Not an actual mid-fill. It just happened to be that people were willing to buy and sell those at the same price at the same time. Nothing really scary. Once this dropped to 35 bid and it kept filling at 40 with the implied volatility increasing the whole way up, I'm convinced these were bought. Now, is that a guarantee? No, but I'm convinced these were bought. The fun part is they got them at 40, which was basically the bottom of the day there. Literally 10 minutes later, they were up almost 50% on these. Right now, they're getting close to break even again. Trading at 47 now. They're in at 40. Full position is still there. We know that because there's no exits. None of these in any way, shape, or form add up to the 4,400 that transacted all at once. Yeah, I mean, I would say this is decent enough flow that you saw there. Scary flow because CCL's up 15% on the day.
And it's a weekly expiration.
And it has 2 days to expire. 28 fives. I would be afraid to short this contract, personally. It is right below us after a 15% pump. And so if you were to sell these to open and then the share price of CCL is below $28.50 on Friday, you get to pocket all that premium. Great. But this is a 15% day. Everything has crazy-ass headline risk right now. This is a cruise company. Did they have earnings? What the hell? Carnival Cruises mooned 15% today? Why? Why?
I don't think there's any news on it. Let me just do a little
the last earnings they had was the end of March. Like a normal company.
Yeah, last week.
Why?
Let's see. Iran ceasefire talk. Oh, yeah. Oil,
Is it
oil,
because of that?
oil. That's why. So fuel prices go
Yeah,
down
that's
and
fair.
profits
That's
go
fair.
up. So
So
that's
it could be a temporary pop. Maybe they're short and they're gonna pocket all of that when CCL trades below 28.50 Friday. But the market is irrational as fuck, dude. Again, we're down nearly 200 points from the Nasdaq high. We were down 200 points from the Nasdaq high, and we're still up 800 points on the Nasdaq since yesterday. There's nothing bearish about this pullback yet. That's why every scalp you've seen me take short has been super short-lived. There's nothing bearish about this quite yet. We're still up 800 points overnight. We're vibing. It's fine. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't risk a short like that with 2 days to expiration, even if I'm confident I'm right.
just maybe a quick.
Just
scalp
because
on
this could
something like that.
absolutely blow your asshole wide open if you're short contracts. Shorting's
Whoa.
scary. It could just blow it wide open.
Wow.
Just like cruise ships when they empty their shit tanks directly into the ocean.
Oh God.
That's why.
Never
That's
been
part of
on
why
a
I hate
cruise.
cruises. They're fucking dog shit, dude.
I
They're
am
so bad
not-
for the environment.
I am not a fan of like the ocean and stuff, so I'm like.
Oh, I mess with
well,
that.
At least, well, I mean, like, okay, a beach is
Oh, dude,
different.
I
but
love
I'm-
pollution. Big pollution guy here.
It's my favorite. My
Jesus,
favorite.
Tucker. Jesus. Expanding on CCL for you there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
bookmark it too, by the way, because I want to see if they intraday this later. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I mean, you get it's a pretty big IV spike too. Spots filling up the ask, that entire chain
The
area.
whole way up.
Yeah, and look at that gamma spike today though. That massive gamma spike. This is your biggest gamma spike since it looks like
Since the drop.
113. Yeah, I mean that is a big gamma spike, and those contracts as well too. The good thing about those being so close to the money, if you do kind of chop, you have a strong delta to at least offset that theta. Like this is a good Greek on a contract that I'm looking for. That contract, if for every dollar CCL moves, is going to move roughly 42%. As you get in the money too, that delta is going to grow. If you get further away from the money, that delta decreases there. But that theta is only 12 cents. So I mean, you have at least some wiggle room on those contracts to offset. Like if that theta was like 45 and that delta was like 10, that's something you want to avoid. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at that option profit calculator. Like by what's Friday, the 10th?
Yeah.
I mean, you get a 3% pullback by then. I mean, and this is just an estimated based off of everything right now. Greeks change as the price moves, so keep that in mind. But I mean, there's more opportunity on this to kind of see profit versus if these were like 15% out of the money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do like those as opening. I don't think I would want to short it though with the big run up, and they did already kind of make a move there. I mean, 40 up to 57 there. I mean that's 10, 20, 30, like that. I mean that's a 35% move there, 45% move there. I don't know, my math is
30-ish.
horrible. Yeah, I mean that's a good move.
Just about almost exactly 30%.
And I mean that's how, like, if I'm trading flow, like yesterday, like when I had those Nvidia calls, I sold those for 20%. The whale was still in. If I'm up a
42.
decent amount
I can
of
math.
profits, hey, close enough.
Close enough.
This isn't a math show. We don't do math class here.
Yeah, I did the math. Thank you very much.
Okay, well,
I just used the
you
calculator 'cause
cheated.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I was gonna say you
smart.
cheated and did the math. I would have just popped it in my Excel and had to do the math for me. But yeah, no, I mean, like if I'm trading these, like if I would have tailed these when that whale came in, I mean, you're up 40% on 2-day expirations. I don't care if that whale's still in. I'm gonna probably start sizing out, especially on that little drop on that there. I mean, they're up at 57 there, and you're down at 50 there. I'm probably out at that point there. And if it continues to drop, you know what? So be it. You secured profits. You made a good trade on your end.
Yeah, I probably would have
that-
taken
that's-
with 2 days to expiration, bro. I would have taken
Yup.
the 40%.
And that's how I look at that flow too. Like I always kind of, well, you should always pay attention to the days of expiration, but that's kind of one of the first things I look at is that days of expiration. These are 2 days out. This whale's obviously looking for a quicker move on these. They're not looking for a 3-week move because these expire in 2 days. Now, if these we're, let's just say, 35 days out there, they're probably maybe expecting a smaller, slower pullback or so. And that's when I kind of, maybe pop open a chart, find a good resistance spot there. Because just because that whale's filling at that 40 doesn't mean you need to fill at that 40. If you like the flow, you can always find a discounted entry if you're patient enough, if you're good at charting. That's just kind of how I like to do it on the longer term stuff. Obviously, the shorter dated stuff, they're looking for a quicker move. But,
And usually when I see put flow like that, this close to expiration, I kind of lean toward the short end unless there's momentum. But for these ones, they're close enough to the money that I wonder. CCL could pull back a lot and still be pretty bullish. Just that close proximity to expiration is really the only pause I have with being super confident that it's along of a put. To be clear, when somebody says short, that means sold to open. I'm also in a short, by the way. I'm just trying to play that range again. We're up about $50 on it, and I'm probably gonna flatten it here because we're at a bounce spot already. But when it's really close to expiration like that, I tend to lean towards sold to open because I want to collect that premium into the expiry. But with this one, man, it's hard to say. Those fills are pretty confident ask side fills. They're right at the ask. The implied volatility increases throughout the transactions. I'm still leaning BTO on those. But again, with puts,
but it could be a hedge.
Expiration,
could be
definitely
a hedge.
could.
You don't know.
They could have shitload of shares that they are just bathing in money from right now. We don't know.
Speaking of not short contracts, but puts, these Intel 42456 puts look kind of interesting here. 16 days out, 2% out of the money. So like that's a better contract. You have time on those to kind of withstand a potential, pop even more on these. Let's just look at them though.
Dude, we saw some bearish Intel flow last week too.
Earnings flow.
Because they've had a lot of bullish flow for like months. The Trump administration announced something about buying Intel themselves a few months ago, and then we saw our first like really bearish flow in a few weeks on like Monday. That person's probably not happy.
I don't remember. No, well, because it was down a bit, I believe, yesterday.
Yeah, whole market
was. No, it was up yesterday.
Wait, no shit.
I think, because I tried to chase Intel calls yesterday, and I sold them for a very small.
Too bad. To the NASDAQ, I did take profit on that pretty quick. As you can see, we bounced right off of it. This can double you up and give us a reversal, but it could have done that here and here, and it hasn't yet. So if you're a range trader, you've got a good, you got a nice 50 to 60 point range to chop around in here until they break one side. That's why I took that short. I'll never have the balls to do both, I don't think. Like, some people will wheel it, which is right when they close one side of the position, they immediately open the other side. There's a reverse button on some brokerages for that, for futures. If options had that, people would be dying left and right. It'd be insane. Imagine clicking reverse on an options trade. You go from long to short your contract.
Oh, God.
I'd puke. Yeah, that'd be terrifying. But, this is good range action. Now, this probably isn't as good on options, so I wouldn't be doing this with SPX. The range on SPX right here, right now is 67.75 to 67.65. So about 10 points. You can get some good money with 10 points off of an SPX option for sure. But you have to deal with theta. Theta decay will destroy you if you're in 0 DTEs if it moves a little too far in the wrong direction. I probably wouldn't be range trading this with SPX personally. Now, if you are, Godspeed. More power to you. I don't have the balls for that. We still have 6740 positive gamma building below us, and then it sits on a pretty wide range of positive gamma. Above us, the positive gamma is falling off a little bit. 6800 remains strong. 6785 is building, while those way up at 6850 are falling off. I wonder if we're starting to see some market maker positioning drop down a little bit lower. It would be really sexy for me who likes shorts if we could get a retest of 6785 from below and then firmly reject it. Just like Patrick teaching Squidward how to hold the jellyfishing fish net. Firmly grasp it. But it doesn't look like they're gonna. This might turn around. SPX, you don't want that shit going below 67.60 if you are long. That'll hurt. Because then we've got another 20 to 40 points down it can go. And again, none of this dip is bearish on a macro level yet. We are still up 2% on SPX and pretty close to 3% on the NASDAQ still. Like, none of this is bearish yet. If you bought calls yesterday,
Oh, man.
you are still green as absolute shit despite this pullback on the SPX of 30 to 40 points. You're still up. That's how bullish that move was on that ceasefire news. So yeah, anything we say today and have said today is speculative on a very short time frame because this is some news headline chicanery.
Can change very quickly.
That's good.
Very, very quickly.
Hold on. Tucker sent a funny Pokemon
It wasn't
reference.
funny. I looked at it.
It was funny. I laughed.
Tucker, do you even know what Pokemon is? Like, aren't you kind of young?
He
for
probably
that?
knows more about Pokemon than both of us, and we grew up during it.
Probably.
That's very true.
Funny thing is,
Ooh, I
I've
about
actually
spilled
been
so much coffee I would have cried.
rewatching
would've
the old
sucked.
Pokemons too.
I don't even
so.
have a towel. I'm just gonna use my shirt then.
The plural's actually just Pokemon, so
Yeah.
don't have to put an S on there.
Your
so.
Pokemans.
Yeah.
Hi, I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. Oh. Well, we broke the bottom of the range.
They're comfy and
folks.
easy to trade.
Bottom of the range on the NASDAQ just fell out. If we get down to below 25,000, like I pointed out this morning, I will be sad I didn't just sit in that short. But again, I was assuming the market's going to keep ranging because it has been for the last fucking half an hour. And look at that buying. Let's see if they can push it down, though. See if sellers got the moxie. But right now, the range broke to the downside. They're back testing it from below now, and we're right back into the range again. You know, you can't really hold on to shit too long today.
I'm
Too
about
volatile.
50% away from my pre-market 672.99 estimate, as well as I'm watching a 671. But I actually, funny thing is, I had somebody shoot me a message. They said Webull has trailing stops for options now.
I saw that in the YouTube chat. I was going to bring that up when we were done talking shit.
I am like,
that's a good thing.
That's that's
I don't
amazing.
think it's good enough that they'll get their lost customer back from the futures shenanigans they pulled on me, but that's a good thing. I used Webull from like 2019 to a few months ago for options.
Yeah, I like it. I like being able to have the chart and everything there.
Their response to their platform really shitting the bed was not ideal. And so I fucked right off.
These Intel puts coming in kind of caught my eye here. They're a little old now, but about 15 minutes old. But
my
the
girlfriend just said
420
you cleaning up your coffee with your shirt is part of the reason why you have no quote unquote good shirts. She's not wrong.
Jeez.
She's not wrong.
Jeez.
I don't treat my clothes well. That's why I
Don't
will
you have
never
a
buy
dog for a
expensive
reason?
wear.
Don't you have a
Yeah,
dog
I'm
for
gonna
a
let
reason?
my crackhead dog drink up some fucking coffee. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that'll help things.
That's an excellent idea.
PETA's about
Oh my
to come after
God.
me. You don't feed dogs coffee, like, well, obviously. They drink coffee, they don't feed it.
PETA, this is going to be about as political as I'm allowed to get on
PETA?
the show. PETA fucking sucks. They kill so many animals just on principle. I shit you not. PETA sucks. They're crazy evil with their animal activism. Just Google PETA controversies, and you will get a slew of shit of them just like murdering rabbits and cats and shit. And not just
Jeez.
any cats. Cats that they took from people. Pets that they took from people for what they determined were unlivable conditions for the animal when they're usually not really that bad. And then they just kill the fucking cat. It's insane. PETA sucks.
Interesting. So Intel here now. Yeah, the 424.56 put. I do I have a little interest in these. These are, it's only 1% of the total volume, but I am seeing that put premium kind of tick up there. Still a little cautious with all that net call premium there and a lot of call volume there as well too. But I do kind of like these. the internals of this one here, again, you see when that flow comes in here, you get that IV spike, that spot fills at the ask that entire time there. I mean, these look like a buy to open to me here, and they're only 2% out of the money. Again, I probably wouldn't take them yet. I'd just like to keep an eye on Intel, maybe plot out a good resistance spot. But 2 weeks on these, and you're up 8.5% on the day. You might see some profit taking on this here in a day or so. I mean, that's kind of how I like to look at things. I mean, you're up. Typically, names aren't going to continuously go up. I mean, you're not going to continuously 8% one day, another 10% the next day, another 5%. You could chop for a couple days, though. That's the thing. But you're probably more than likely going to see, some profit taking on a name that's up this much here, too.
And it really looks like SPX might go down to test that 6740 we pointed out at the top of the show.
Oh yeah, that gamma's building. That 6695 is really growing down there too. Oh, looks like they're putting on a spread
flip
there.
to the all expirations, and then see how it's building still down there at 6740.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and look at tomorrow's expiration.
Oof.
I think we might get a little tickle.
Oof.
But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, we pointed it out at the top of the show. There's no guarantees. I was telling you guys we had about a 50% chance of going one way or the other. It looks like down was chosen. 16 points to go to hit that target and for us to start talking mad shit.
I am almost at my price target 1 there on SPY there too. I have them marked out from the pre-market from when I was BSing with you guys, getting very close there. But I didn't trade it. I was not gonna short off of the open off the big gap up. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking through that. Yeah, I like those Intel puts, especially knowing that you have lower gamma. Oh, we got more coming in here too at 936 here. Are these being added to that? Where was that? 56. Oh yeah, they're adding to those. There. Okay, so good example here.
Keep going. I'm gonna go grab a drink. So I just finished my coffee. No piss break yet.
He is gonna be on one. Yeah, these Intels are definitely more interesting to me now. So that original one had 3,000 contracts come in. Now we have another 4609 come in here. Let's just kind of take a peek at these. Again, you get that IV spike. Spot is filling at the ask there. Now you do kind of get a little IV decrease in here, but again, you're filling at the ask here still. I want to go back here and take a peek at one more thing. So this explains that little IV drop there. So Intel, oh no, it doesn't. I was thinking calls there. So just something that always kind of catches my attention there. That stock price is dropping and that IV drops again there too. Again, doesn't necessarily mean the flow's not going to work out. Just something to be cautious of. I would lean buy to open on these, especially with that big ad here though. Now you really see that kind of put premium picking up here too, and Intel starting to kind of slightly pull back there. So I mean, I would look at this as a more than likely an ad there. Just they're not selling them because you have all that volume coming in. Again, same second there, and then you had that previous 3,000 contracts to go off of as well too. So it looks like an ad here on those Intel puts there to me. Yeah. Again, plenty of time on something like that.
Go ahead and peep where those CCL puts are now.
Oh, let me guess. They're up at like 60 now. Let me
a little bit more than
pop that bear. Oh, man. Let's go back in here. Let's see. Oof. Yeah, they're up. So, I mean, like, again.
I'd be out here, by the way. With 2 days expiration, that is pretty damn close to a 2x.
I would have been out at 57. To be honest with you, I mean, on that pullback from 57 to 50, I would have been out. But,
yeah, that's fair. I probably would have too. You're right.
I mean, 40. Though. Yeah, they're about 80% there. That's insane. And I know you missed it there, but the Intel puts there. Looks like you had an ad here. I did kind of point out just one thing I didn't fully like about it. Again, You have that IV drop here on that bigger size and premium here, and the price of Intel's dropping. But just kind of looking at that overall chain here, seeing the spike in the put premium there, I would still lean buy to open on these, and that's pretty much a confirmation candle there to me. They're adding to that position more than likely because you have 4,600 contracts coming in. We only had 3,000 there at the time. Again, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but let's just say that original whale is selling their 3,000 contracts and somebody else is picking up 2,500 of them at the ask too. I mean,
Possible.
I haven't ran across that. Usually something like this to me is an ad. 99.9% of the time there. Again, there can always be that one little instance, but these look like an ad there to me, and it would make sense being
Yeah, I'm with you.
up
If it was an
this
equal
much,
size
and
candle,
yep,
it'd raise my eyebrow a little bit
Yep.
more, but I'm kind of expecting that
I
open interest.
yeah.
Unless we see some closures, I'm expecting that open interest to go up by pretty damn close to 78.
Yep. These look pretty good to me. I'm gonna probably bookmark these, and I might snag a handful of those. We'll see. And we also did. So I know we were talking about Google a little bit earlier too.
Yeah.
Look at all the. I mean, like this is just a lot of just fighting kind of going on here, and it's all short-term contracts. I mean, you have the one longer dated put there, but they're all weekly puts and calls coming in there, and I mean, they're just kind of flat there. I mean, look at those puts. They came in right at the top, or the bottom technically there, and now they're down. And look at the calls here. Again, coming in more of a mid kind of, what is this, 9 o'clock, 9:05. So coming in about this during that little drop there. So I mean, they're slightly up there. Just that's why I like to keep calls and puts on that
Yeah.
the flow feed there too. Just because if you eliminate, let's just say you eliminated the puts, well, you're just gonna see your calls, and you're like, okay, well, it's all just bullish flow coming in. Like, it just kind of, I filter it down enough so you kind of get both in there, and that's like me. I don't trade multi-leg trades, but I leave them on so I can see, if there's a big spread that comes in on something there.
I am short and trimmed half already.
There you go. Look at these Dows coming in 5:15:37 5 calls. So they do overlap earnings by a lot there. Probably not earnings related, but let's just. Ooh, that's down 10% today. Thing is getting shellacked. 1% out of the money.
Oh my.
How's this flow look here? So again, nice IV spike when that flow starts to come in here. All your same timing in here. Spots filling at the ask there. Yeah, these are interesting, and it's coming off a floor trade too. That and I don't know if you've noticed this too, but a lot of the I'm always cautious with floor trades because it seems like
mind you, really good reason that it's down so bad is that Dow is a chemical company that focuses on materials for oil in the gas, like oil and gas industry. So yeah, they're getting shellacked today. No real surprises, given what's going on. But like for those unawares, oil and equities tend to have an inverse relationship, an inverse correlation. That is. So real quick, I'm just gonna pop open and show you Dow versus SPY. See, the closer to zero that is, or negative, the more inverse they are. And you can see every now and again, like last summer, we had a little bit uppies together, but then again, they instantly separated from me. Here, they were going up together, then we had separation. It tends to be, it's a little bit stronger on QQQ, I think, on the NASDAQ. Yeah, a little, not a lot, but a little bit stronger. Yeah, so equities are up. Pretty much everything oil related is down on that ceasefire news.
Yep. And there's a whole nother thing that goes into that too, like the physical oil too. That's a whole nother topic for another long day. I don't want to get into that today, but yeah, there's the physical price of oil versus the paper price of oil. Just there's so much that goes into energy and metals too. It's just you have that physical price, and then you have the paper price, which is on your screen, and I mean, there's just a lot that goes into that stuff. So I mean, it's not. I teched it, and to kind of speak about technicals too. I'll pay attention to them, but I mean, there's a lot, like especially metals and energy, that the physical amount is what matters more than a line on a chart and so on. And that's where I like the flow, because that flow will help you find what maybe a big whale's doing with that. So like those dells are definitely interesting to me, and it doesn't look like it, but I know I was gonna touch on the floor trade thing too. I'm always cautious with the floor trades because for some reason I don't know why or whatnot, but it seems like a lot of those always get modified. And when I say a lot of them, not every single one, but I'll see a good handful every once in a while. They get modified or crossed out, like these IVs here. They were modified, crossed out, and look, here they are up here again. So I just noticed that more with floor trades. I don't see it with normal flow usually ever, but it's always just the floor trades. And I don't know if it's just because they're going through a different type of system when they're placing the orders from their personal account or so on, but it's just always odd to me. So I always kind of wait for that floor trade to kind of settle, because we only get the data once that's
The
updated.
NASDAQ just made a.
Ooh, am I at my price target yet? Let's see. Oh, it's
might
just
be.
hovering above it. Hovering above it. Got about 25 cents to go. Look at that. But yeah, no, I like those Dell calls. Those look very interesting to me there. Looks like definitely a dip buy there. I'm gonna save these as well for myself.
New lows, Nazi. We go. I'm still in that half of a position here. I'm only up a few points from the trim, but we are heading in the direction of that level I said pretty much at open when we were pumping, 24,993. That'd be pretty dope. That will more than get you your target, by the way. If this 1 minute candle we're in right now bounces, I'm gonna close this because we already took profit on half of this position. And again, I'm already over my $300 allowance on this profit count. So,
yeah,
we had a good morning.
Through.
We had a damn good morning. Let's see. I'm actually going to trail now on the 30-second time frame on this 1 minute candle. I don't want this 1 minute candle to make a new high. If it does, oh well, we take profit here. We vibing. Otherwise, I am going to set a limit order right above that level, so I don't miss it by 1 point again like we did earlier and then had to wait half an hour for the play to go through. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's not get greedy. I'm going to flatten it there. We made more than I wanted to, but we're vibing. So one of the prop firms all have different rules. I'm not someone to advocate for prop firms because ultimately a prop firm's business model is make money off of people losing, because you pay for the evaluation, you pay for funding, and whatever methodology they use. The one I'm using for this actually has a consistency rule on funded accounts, whereas other ones like Top Step don't have that consistency rule. They just do for the evaluation. But I'm forcing myself into that to hold myself accountable to not overtrading when I'm up. We are above my $300 allowance. That's going to mess with my consistency, but only a little bit. Nothing too bad. But we're vibing. Damn good morning. And actually, right after I closed it, look what the candle did. Remember when I said I was setting that profit take right above my level so they didn't do this shit again? And they did that shit again. So we were right to take that off. And that might be my last scalp of the morning, at least on this account. But we're vibing, homie. Good morning. Wolf again? Dude, this is another one. God damn. Wolf is probably down. It's probably down from highs significantly.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean like from highs. And just like Robinhood. I was in Wolf at sub $1 per share, and I sold it for $1.10 per share. Bro.
Yeah.
Like look at the 2023 to 2024 range. The lows in there is where I got in Wolf, and I got out for like 30 cents per share. I suck at long-term investing. This is why I'm a trader, not an investor, dude. I called Hood at $11 and it popped to like 130. Like, fuck! I just got to do the thing, man. Like, damn.
Oh,
But what are we looking at? Are they taunting me more to go back up to their highs again without me again? Is that what we're looking at?
possibly. So 23 days. They don't overlap earnings. It's definitely opening volume there. You got 3,400 contracts there against 79 open interest. Easy 100% opening trade there. The internals of that look pretty good to me here. You get a nice IV spike when the flow comes in here, and it's filling at the bid there, which turns into the ask. And then you get another IV spike here. Again, spot fills at the ask the entire way after that. And yeah, I mean, these look like a buy to open there to me. The only caution piece that I'd be cautious about, again, you're up almost 3% on the day. Do you want to chase something that's up 3% on the day? I'm not a fan of chasing names that are up 3% on the day, but
It also kind
plenty
of
of
depends on the name for me as well.
Yup.
3% on a $17 stock isn't as
Is like a
crazy as
30-cent
3% on
move.
SPY. And you would think percentage-wise it matters a lot, but as we've seen from like IPOs, penny stocks, when things move and they're cheap, the percentage kind of becomes irrelevant. That shit's gonna pump. I mean, I'm not saying Wolf is gonna. To be very clear, I'm not saying that about this stock specifically. It's just something I've noticed. Like 100% on something that was $1 to begin with, it's still 100%, but you know, it's not as batshit crazy like if Intel ripped 100% over.
Yeah. Just a little caution on that too. I mean, you're seeing a lot of net put premium on it as well too, and just again, just because that net put premium is up there doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna go down either. I mean, there's reasons why those premiums spike there. I mean, if you're getting a bunch of asks, or let's just say you're I know you got a video on that somewhere too, and Tucker looks like he went and hid. So but yeah, I mean, like those net premiums, like there's anything above that zero that comes in at the ask side is going to make that premium go up there, and then vice versa. If it's bid side there, those premiums are going to go down. Again, just because it's at the bid or the ask doesn't always 100 necessarily mean that it's going to be a sell or a buy there. I mean, you can sell contracts at the ask all the time, and you're getting out. It's just what that fill is. That's all
hit
that
that
is.
target to the tick, by the way, on the net. Boing.
Did we?
Well, look at all that drawdown I would have had to wait through to get there. We took profit at the
Yeah.
right spot. It was literally the exact same scenario as earlier, where they wicked it up and then instantly set a new low 2 minutes later. This time it was just 4 minutes later. But again, I'm done for the day. We went above my $300 allowance by about $50. All that means is in order to take a payout to be eligible, I have to keep my best day below 20% of total profit, which is a bullshit rule. Again, prop firms kind of designed for you to fail. That's how they make their money. And don't let them ever tell you differently, because they'll say differently. They'll say, we're trying to make really good traders so you can make money while we make money. And while that's true, it is the select few. Very select few. The vast majority of their income is coming from people buying evaluations, failing, buying another one, failing, buying another one, getting funded, paying that fee, losing it, buying another one. That's the core of a prop firm's money. So rules like these consistency rules, drawdown rules, all those are designed for you to fail. So keep that in mind. This extends the amount of profit I have to make in order to keep my best day below 20%. Not an issue for my scalping style when I'm scalping such small size, but on bigger accounts, this can really screw people over. I don't hate the idea of using prop firms to practice. It's cheap. If you blow it up, you're out whatever the cost of that account was. You're not out the actual money you lost. But that also creates undue risk-taking, because the mentality there is, oh, it's not really my money. I'm not losing that much. And that's how you get into a cycle of rinsing and repeating. So be careful if you go that route. But we are done scalping this account for today. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult for me to take my next payout.
Hey, did you guys see the AMD 220 put from Full Metal Mechs?
Nope.
All right,
That's your
link.
job.
220 right here.
I just sent the link.
424 220 put. Got it right here. Got it right here. Let's take a peek. So it does look like it's big size, good premium. Spots filling just a little bit under the ask, but let's just go in and take a peek. 4% out of money. 16 days out. 2,300 contracts against 682 open contracts. Definitely opening volume. Call premiums are still up a little bit. Puts are kind of slightly ticking up a little bit there. Still seeing a lot of that positive volume there too. Let's look at our flow here. And these, how far are these out of the money? 4% out of the money. But I
had
hope
to
they
turn away from the mic
copyright
so I
us.
didn't blow shit up.
Hopefully they copyright us
Yeah.
for that, man. That was bad.
He chases them away.
Wow.
Can you like mute him?
No, he can't. He
I
has
can't,
no
no.
control. Yeah, I
No, I
have full
can't.
control
Dang.
of the whole thing. Like you guys are
Dang.
just you're stuck with what you get.
We're
I
stuck
should have
at the
been looking at my
concert.
equalizer because I turned away from the mic in hopes it wouldn't explode
And it
ears.
still exploded.
But I think it still exploded ears. We are
Probably.
dumping right now, by the way.
We are dumping.
We're dumping
Going-
the biggest
going
dump
for-
you've ever seen.
We're going to dump.
Nobody's
Going
seen
for-
a dump as big as my dump.
Tucker's actually pretty good at that.
He
Tucker's
is, he
impression's
is.
pretty good.
We're
Do you do the
going to
face
dump.
too? Hold on, let's get him on screen here.
Hold on.
Hit it!
Which face though? Which face though?
You got to do the
face.
hands. You got to do the hands with
squinting,
it.
you gotta do the hands and everything.
We're going to take a dump.
Now he's doing like Italian. I
I don't know. What's it like this? Like this? I don't know. We're going to dump. No one's ever seen a dump as dumpy as my dump.
He's got the biggest dumps. Ask anybody. Speaking of dump, look at it go. You're about
Yeah,
to
look
get-
at that. Hey.
It's doing to you what it did to me with your target.
Oh, look
there.
at that.
There
Look
we
at that.
go.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow.
And that should be 67. It is. That should be 6740
Well,
SPX.
that
To
is
the
a-
tick.
That
Yeah.
is a.
Oh, we're going through it. Let's see what
mic
they do
drop
here.
for me.
Sellers might. Oh, dude, we're building up below 6,700 now.
Ooh,
Too.
we have news. I think that's what it is. Let's see.
I should have
Lebanon
started
is-
the day on the cash account because I'd still be short. I'm gonna be real with all of you. But when I start getting this sentiment is when my overtrading habits kick in. So it's good that we are locked out at plus 350. Because
Yeah,
honey buns, this is a chaser. We are gushing. They just hit 6740 on SPX. I am proud to say we called that out right after open, even when we were pumping. And here we
That
are.
was-
But let's see how they
and
react. I mean, it's still heavy below and heavy above. Above's falling off while below's building, though. And like I said, they tend to gravitate toward the biggest positive gamma levels or ranges where it's most concentrated. And right now, that's below us. We are finally getting a wide range of negative gamma between the two positive gamma zones. So I would not be shocked whatsoever if buyers grow a pair and turn this into the relative low of day and then bounce us back into that range. That wouldn't shock me or surprise me in any way, shape, or form. That said, that 66.95 down there is building and has been all day. So who knows? Look at that. Every single interval update, that 66.95 has built up. Every single interval, it's building down there. So will they go down there? I don't know. But even if they do, we're still going to be up like 1.5% on the day, bro. Like we
And
gapped
that-
overnight.
That could have been a little
gapped.
news related too on that drop there. I'm getting
Absolutely.
some-
I wasn't paying attention whatsoever to news feeds.
Let's see. I'm seeing Lebanon's not part of the ceasefire agreement with Iran. Kuwait, number of facilities of the Kuwait Petroleum and Energy Ministry was attacked by Iranian drones Wednesday. So that's could be part of it. Could be part of it. But yeah. Hey, I will tell you, I'm gonna do a lot of talking to you two after this because I was talking about this before we even started the
Watch
stream. I'm like, look at that.
If it rejects here, that is a very good short entry. Because then it's forming yet another range below the prior range. Where your mouse is hovering right now and where price is right now is the range we just broke out of to the
Yep.
downside. They can just as easily form a range in this gap now, and it looks like they're trying to with that top wick. If I was not done for the day, I would be entering a short here with a stop about at the midpoint of the prior range. Because if it blasts through that midpoint, guess what? I was right. They're setting a bottom here. But currently, it doesn't seem as clean because it's only a few pennies, but that's a clean rejection. Now, that said, let me get my camera back on. I didn't realize it wasn't on. Do not shadow trade us. There's a 10 or more second delay depending on the platform you're watching us on. By the time you hear us say we're in something, we might already be out of it. So don't shadow trade. I'm just explaining the patterns that I like to trade. So here, if they get above that last green candle before the dump, right before the dump, above that might invalidate this range below range. So if I were short right now and this was an NQ chart, that would be my stop with re-entries above at the prior high of the other range. They're going to keep doing what they're doing until they don't, right? And right now, they've been doing a pretty good stair step down with a big gusher, that elevator to that 671.69 level Anthony wanted. Now buyers really got to reclaim this level and hold it, or the shorts are just going to have a nice little buffet again. But I mean, scroll up. If they reverse here, there is nothing stopping them from shooting this right back up into that prior positive gamma range. There's nothing. The only positive gamma between us, where we are now, and higher is barely at 67.70. I'm on 0 day now. It's even more dramatic here. There's nothing stopping a run until 67.85. But that said, man, look at all of the buildup below us. So it makes me curious if we're going to get another bounce like we did this morning over here and just sell it back off. But we'll see. This is a hands-off position for me now. We would have gotten stopped out of that short already. I'll just show you on my NASDAQ chart. Right here would have been my stop out. We've already gone above that. We'll see if the buyers got the moxie. See if they can put it to them. Because on the 0 day, again, it's building up at 67.90 pretty strong now, but falling off above and right below it, maybe we can finally get some negative gamma acceleration and squeeze out some of these shorts. But again, no real walls until we're up there.
I will tell you my thesis here in about a minute and a half when we get that update. I'll tell you then. But no, I mean, like, and when we were talking about chart earlier, I charted these out pre-market. This is all I had, and this is just kind of time in the market and understanding things. We were up, what, 3% almost on the day?
I just realized my hair looks fucking stupid, too. Why didn't anybody tell me? I fixed it. We're good. We're pretty again.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I still look.
But no, like, just knowing the market's up like almost 3% on the day, there's probably going to be some profit taking it open, and I mean, I just found basic little support levels.
We
I mean,
are
that's
up 20 points
all
on
it was.
SPX from that test of 67.40.
Let's see what that update does. Did we get our update? I don't know if I saw it ding. Oh yeah, we did, because we flipped. Yeah, that positive gamma up there is decreasing there.
Yeah, it's still decreasing. Right below us is 2. They might turn this into an even wider negative gamma zone. Hands off for me. I want to see what they do at 67.65 right above us here. But hey, I'm done scalping for the day anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just looking at this SPX pattern here. Let me zoom way in. Yeah,
it is getting your little stair step pattern kind of going on there too. And
1, 2, potentially 3 down here. We're just now we're just now testing the range we dumped from. If they conquer this range, this reversal turns true for me. But they have not conquered this range. They can test up to like 67.70 and still hold a bearish pattern. And you saw that here from the initial dump. They tested about halfway up that range. Rejected, we got that next dump. So here you're looking for pretty much the same thing. They're conquering the prior range now to test the big one we chopped in this morning. If sellers can reject good and hard here, 67.65, 67.70, they might get another move down. But for the first time all day, other than that initial opening pump, we finally have call premiums moving up with the bounce. If you see back here this morning, those other shorts we took, every bounce got sold off without net call premium going up with the bounce. This is the first time net call premiums have traced with SPY price since that initial dump. If this rejects right here, I would be targeting 67.50 on SPX if I was in a position. But we'll see what they do. I'm hands off pretty much for the rest of the day. We hit my target profit quota for the day. I'm content. There's no reason to keep going. Setups are still there, though. There are still setups in both directions. If you were ballsy as shit, that was the long of the day right there. That 67.40 we harped on all morning finally got tested, bought right back up. No hesitation. It didn't even wick through it. It didn't chop. It got bought up instantly. So bulls might be waking up a little bit to try to push us back up into that initial opening range.
Man, I'm inclined to kind of agree with you on the short side too there, though, a little bit. I mean, your call premiums are slightly dropping. Put premiums are still climbing. Overall market tide. I mean, all put premiums, all of the money only put premiums, still kind of rising there. Call premiums just slightly taking up, but that is a lot of negative call, or not call volume, excuse me. Put volume there on that, and then same to match with the SPY there. I would be inclined to almost short that, almost to that 67.50, like you said. See what it does there.
The temptation's there.
I do like how they're building up at that 66.95, though. It's over the last 30 minutes.
Price action wise on the NASDAQ, they're trying really hard to form a reversal. I talk about that W pattern quite a bit because I avoid it with shorting, because when it forms that W, it tends to reverse to the upside. I like trading the opposite. Like if I hit Alt-I, flip this shit upside down, I like trading the opposite, the M. If I were looking for a short, it's possible here. I got really confused for a second. I forgot I flipped my chart upside down. I was like, I'm moving my crosshair up. Why is the price going down? But you could try, but then your stop not in an ideal spot. It's about 20 points up from here, which looks down because I Alt-I'd and flipped my charts upside down. But for the long side, I would wait for like 24,990 to be confident, because that's about halfway here. But again, if this were not flipped upside down, this M, I would wait until about here. In the pattern, ignore the numbers, the pattern's what I'm looking at here, because we're to the long side and have my chart upside down. For a short, I would want it to try to form this M pattern before I try to short it. So right around there, the midpoint, a rejection, and my stop would have to be way the fuck up here, which is terrifying. But yeah. For longs, it functions a little differently. You could long now with a stop at 25.13 and aim for that high of the morning, basically, way up there at 25.091. Not the morning of that range. We went way higher than that. But yeah, I like the M. Right now, we're forming a W, which is the opposite of what I like. So if I wanted to long, right around here is where I would, for them to form that W. They can drop way down here, but that would be like an initial entry for a part of a position, maybe add down here on a retest of that 941 level that's been on here for forever. But your stop would pretty much have to be low of day for it to form that W. Because if it goes below the low of day, the W's gone. It conquered the quote-unquote... I don't even know what to call it, because it's not a head and shoulders pattern by any means, but I'll call that shoulder of the W pattern. You don't want it to invalidate it by going through it. Right now, we are in no man's land, 50-50. So we get a back test lower for the upside or a breakthrough. We are hands off. But that's kind of how I look at it on these short time frames. My trades, as you've seen so far today, the longest trade we held today was like this one way back here.
3 minutes.
No, it was longer.
5 minutes, maybe 5.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes was how long we were in that trade. That's the longest trade we were in today. And it would have been shorter. It would have been about a minute and a half if I had closed it when I should have and didn't, to show you guys why I should have. Stupid logic, but hey, we're education first.
Again, your rejection right now too. Yep.
And this isn't a clear rejection yet. Pretty much, it can still form a reversal until they take out 926 way the fuck down here. A good 80 points down. So mileage may vary. This is hands off for me. That was the short. They tested the midpoint of that. Here, I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I can draw more easily. Trading with you drawings hate me, as you've seen. I've gotten trapped on drawings and couldn't get out of my drawing thing so many times. Even while live, people made fun of me. As they should. But What the hell was I just talking
Yeah,
about?
as they should.
What was I talking about? I forgot.
Something with the short, I think.
Yeah, the short right here. They tested that midpoint of the range we dumped from here. So right there would have been the short, and your stop would have to be above that prior range. So let me change color. Red. Stop. See how tight that range is? This is how tight I play my scalps. I would enter here for the stair step with a stop above that prior range. Because if it breaks through that prior range, it's a confirmed reversal to the upside. Now, if you want the long and you want to be safe about it, you want green, green, green. You want this to happen. You don't want this part right here that we're in now to the downside. You don't want it to conquer that last low. Because if it does, it invalidates that W reversal pattern entirely. If you want a short and you're in it, your stop would have to be, again, up here above that prior range we dumped from to begin with. And your target would be the entry of the W. Because, again, it can still W right back up and absolutely obliterate your short. But from here to there is a damn good trade on NQ. That's a damn good trade. And the reason it's there is because, yeah, we can knife through, make new lows, whatever. But that pattern persists until they do. I'm not going to sit through that for a maybe. I'm going to take the sure thing and exit where it tells me I can, which is usually that midpoint again to form that W pattern to the upside reversal. Will it happen? I don't know. Is it happening while I'm talking? Maybe. But that's just how I play it. Yeah, it's happening as we're talking. That was a nice bounce right there. They didn't quite get there. Right here would be my profit take on the short. They're kind of forming another range below the midpoint of this W, though. So I would be eyeballing it. I probably wouldn't stop out again until break even, basically, on this. I want them to complete that pattern, even if it's a bullish pattern. If I'm already short, I'm not in yet. I might trail to the 1 minute just due to the volatility. But yeah, that's how I trade this specific pattern. Even if it's my bias is to the long side, I'll still take short scalps on this. And here, this would have stopped me out right there. I don't want this to go back to break even when you're already up. What, 35? Yeah, that was almost 60 points there. There's no reason to sit through that drawdown. But it can still perfectly make that W for the reversal, or it can be making another rounded top in this pattern for a stair step down. You just got to trade what it does. Yeah, you'll see, like, Furus and shit, it's going to go up or down. Yeah, no shit. No shit, it's going to go up or down. I'm just explaining the arguments for both sides, because I think of the argument for both sides before I even get into the trade. Like, what can happen to absolutely fuck me here? A moonshot, breaking this reversal pattern and making it a V instead of a W. That's possible. I keep it in mind while I'm in my position. Here, I would actually, if I didn't get stopped out on that run, which I would have, my stop would be right here at the top of this one. But that's just how I scalp my shorts. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it didn't make things more confusing. Yeah, can you start?
Can you
Dude,
start over?
That time I went through a whole ass explanation of something, and my fucking mic was muted. I was like, all right, here's the spark notes of that 10-minute long rant.
Oh, but, that sucks. I did that before when I think I did like a platform overview on unusual whales, and the mic was muted. Dude, it was an hour and a half video. I was pissed. I was like, no,
I've done that. For like all the instructional videos I've made on the YouTube channel, I've done that. I've recorded an entire script before, exported it, put it into my DaVinci Resolve to edit it. No sound. I was like, oh fuck.
That sucks. So we had this AMD request like an hour ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 4220 put there, 4% out of the money, definitely opening volume here. I kind of looked at it when you were blabbing there for a little bit, just to do something. I almost want to say these potentially could be short puts here. So your IV does increase when it comes in, but we are getting a repeated hit. It's ascending fill here. It looks like it's on 46 contracts there, but just keep an eye on that IV that entire time here. Again, we're filling at the ask.
Stay hydrated.
But I IV drops a little bit here, and then it continues to drop here, and then drops again more at the end here. I almost want to say these are short puts there. I just don't like that continuous IV drop there. Now, if it would have been on maybe just the little handful of contracts, maybe a little different story. But yeah, I mean, you have an IV increase when it comes in. You have one IV decrease here, another IV decrease here, and then another IV decrease there. So you have 3 IV decreases within that flow. I almost want to say they're probably short puts there. They're only 4% out of the money though, but you're not really seeing a ton of ask side put participation. Actually, you're not seeing any right now, but you're seeing just a lot of net call premium there, good call volume coming in there. I want to lean those are probably short there. And just kind of the way that, where did it go here? It's filling at that 665 there too, just on here. I'll pop it open one more time there. So it's kind of, well, it's filling at the ask, and I mean, you're seeing that bid ask kind of expand a little bit in there. It's only on a couple contracts, but again, just when you come up here to, I mean, it's not the best looking flow there. I would probably assume they're short those puts there. 4% out of the money though, I mean, anything can happen, but I just don't like that IV decreasing. You had 3 decreases in there. So I would potentially look for something different, maybe a better put set up there, or maybe wait for that net call
It
premium to take a drop.
To answer is yes or no, it definitely could be short, is what Anthony's
Yes.
saying. Because he did say sold to open.
Yeah.
I'm leaning that way.
It's I mean,
It's a
the
tough one.
the part that gets me on it is just that IV decrease 3 times within that flow. And now if it was only like maybe on a couple contracts there, but I mean it's the entire way up there. So it increases when it comes in, but it's not holding up there and not recovering after those kind of IV drops there.
And this is like the 3rd name we've looked at today with similar arbitrary, it could go either way flow that kind of leans sold. I wonder if tech homies are trying to fade this in a sneaky.
Yeah, it's just one of those questionable pieces of flow. Again, like you said, it can go either way, and you'll look smart if they expire very worthless, or you're gonna look stupid if they pop off there.
And even then, you could have been right. Is the thing.
Yeah,
we see big flow go to zero a lot. That's why we're so firm on just because the whale is still in doesn't mean you should be. We don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, and there's plenty of times too where that flows up significantly, and then the whale gets out of. I wonder what those. I gotta go look at those CCLs again here. I wonder if they've. Oh no.
I mean, shit. That NVTS flow from last year on the Nvidia news that I tracked beginning to end, they went like 5,000%, and then just expired. They didn't expire worthless. They expired deep in the money, but nowhere near up 1,000%. That trader absolutely exercised them. There's no other way it could have happened. They exchanged those for shares at expiration, which might have been their intention all along. We don't know. I sure as shit wouldn't have held that to expiration. I would have sold it at like 100%, which it hit the next day, and then I would have pissed and moaned about it going so much higher. But I digress.
Speaking of NVTS, there's some puts coming in on that.
And to point out, the calls I'm talking about were $4 calls that hit the tape when it was trading at $2 per share. Nvidia News sent that bastard to the moon and beyond. It's trading at almost $10 right now, and it's on the downside. That thing pamped on Nvidia News last year.
Where did my stupid Intel puts go? So, so I mean, a good example here too is let me pull these up again here too. I don't know why I scrolled past it, man. So we were looking at those 16-day, the 424.56 puts. From that time we looked at those, from 320 all the way up to 355. I mean, it's only 10% on those, but you know, you see profits. Just be very cautious in this market. I mean, it's a very volatile market. 10% isn't one of those flashy gains, but you know, you consistently build those 10, 15, 20% winners and limit those losers. I mean, it's
And
it's
on
gonna
that
be
note, like literally what I'm doing today, what I did on Monday, we did the same thing. We hit that $300 profit target and fucked off. Yesterday I did complain. Anthony was there, Jay-Z was there. I bitched about it because I stopped at plus 360 and oh boy did we keep drilling. Yesterday is like where I thrive, where every setup is short, every buy gets sold off hard. But I know damn well I have an issue with overtrading. Even though I've been trading since 2018, I still fuck up with it. Forced myself to stop. And we did that again today. I think our long is starting to set up here. Here was that dip. Now, this can go, once again, two ways. Ultimately, they can dip further and still have that giant W pattern I was drawing earlier. Right now, they're doing it on a shorter time frame here. This can M. They break above 25,044/45, we might be getting that reversal finally, but they still have to conquer this entire range we dumped from before it's fully bullish. If you're a NASDAQ trader, though, you already banked like a mofo on the long. 926 all the way up to 25,045. So 120 points there. That is cash money on the NASDAQ. Or a loss.
They're starting
if you
to build
shorted it.
up on Periscope a little bit too. That
This
85,
can M
90,
like
and 95.
just to harp on that same pattern. This can form an M shape on the short term here for another drop and still maintain the higher frame W. That's the time where I'll go look at higher time frames to see what they're doing. On the 15-minute, you could argue it's bear flagging. You could even argue it's a 3-bar reversal because boom, we had this big green candle, came down, opened above the body, came down and reclaimed the body. This could be our reversal up. But on that 1 minute time frame, again, they still have this tiny little potentially bearish pattern that could invalidate it on the short term. Ultimately, on the long term, this is starting to feel like a reversal finally. See how they're building up on the 5 minute even? Higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. We're already at a higher high right here. If they set a higher low here, I'm going to be confident. Otherwise, boom, we're back to the 15 to see what they do. This is no man's land for me, even if I wasn't done for the day. But just showing you from a scalper's perspective how I would be reading this chart.
We are about to get our Periscope update here too in a minute, but yeah, that last update, they're building back up there at that 85, 90, 95 there, and that 66, 95 there dropped off a bit too. I'm curious
That
to see what this update's
67.65 was the rejection point I mentioned on the pop, and that's about where they got. So let's see what buyers got.
Yep.
If buyers got the
see.
juice.
See how our update looks here.
Now,
just sit and wait.
I do have to piss.
You go piss all. Oh, there's your update too. Oh, yeah, hurry and go piss.
All right, I'll be right back.
Hey, I think I've had like one piss break since we started doing this.
I did a little shit break earlier.
Oh, that's where you went, huh?
Yeah, I had to take it down.
You're gonna make a graphic for that one?
Nah.
You don't want to do a graphic for that one? No.
Nah, I'm good. Nah.
No. Why not?
Because Nick's funnier than me. He gets the joy of doing that, you know. So I gotta take my losses. I'm a slow guy.
That's okay. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Yeah, I'm looking at that Periscope update though. I'm waiting for Nick to get back there because he's gonna like that 6790 growing a lot there too. We'll look at flow while he does this little piss in there. BLSH here, the 41740 calls, filling out the ask. Let's just go take a peek here. Looks pretty good there. Yeah, this is definitely opening. Just wanted to see how that previous volume kind of looked on those. Let's see how this guy looks. Oops, I can't click, man. Can't click today. Let's see, 59.43. Yeah, these look interesting to me. You get the IV spike there, filling at the mid there with that 110. which is obviously a little odd bid-ask spread there, but you get a normal bid-ask spread here, and again, you see that IV spike, spots filling at the ask. Ooh, now we got a little decrease in that IV
Ooh,
here.
you're making me
IV
blush.
increase. Hey, look who's back. Look who's back. Yeah, I was just looking at some flow to kill some time while we were
I've
gone.
created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. I'm chopped liver.
And here comes another copyright. Here comes another copyright. You did miss the Periscope update though. That 6790
build-up.
grew. Yep.
And that 65 or sorry 6695 finally falling off just a tad.
It came back up from that last 10 minutes, but yeah, kind of like you said, no man's land right now. I mean, either there. I mean, you haven't really seen a ton fall off down here either. I mean, it's kind of no man's land for me right now, but a lot of negative gamma in there for that acceleration. I'd almost be, if I could see those put premiums kind of drop. How's the market tide look? Ooh, those call premiums are.
Yeah, they're finally coming
really
with the move. Like I said earlier, and all morning, call buyers were not buying any of the pops. Now they are. So I wonder if we're finally going to get our back test. We're sitting right now in that negative gamma zone with positive above it below. So if that, excuse me, geez, I had a little coffee burp. If that 6750 can hold as support, even if they wick down to 40 again, if it can hold as support into the latter half of the day, I think we're going to get another test to the higher end of the range, which is fun as shit, dude. I love watching the full daily range play out because it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's so much fun. Depending on how this gamma updates, though, the way we're building above and right below, I wonder if they're going to pin it in the middle of the range like they did yesterday.
Yeah, if it's
middle of the gamma
little
range, that is, not price action range. Yesterday it did not close in the middle of the price action range, but it closed right between the gamma zone.
getting towards that lunchtime, so expect a little chop too. But man, if it was earlier in the day and we came down to that 6750 and we're seeing this, man, I would be targeting up there. I would be very cautious though with that lower positive gamma there though as well.
Yeah,
I like those premiums picking up.
I would want to see a real breakout to try to chase it long, but my bias has flipped long for the time being.
Yeah,
they would need to set a new low of day for me to change that. I think we caught pretty much the whole short. We didn't every tick or anything, but we didn't lose any trades this morning. All right. I got stopped out once, but it was on runners. Damn good morning. I'll take it. And I acted excited, so maybe I can make a show clip this time.
Well, dude, those Mondays are bad in the morning. Like it's just
dude. It was here. I'll actually
sluggish.
Oh, that might cause. Hold on. I never exported it. I just clipped it because I wasn't done editing it. Let me see if I can find it so you guys can see what I mean. Just so boring. Was it on the it was Monday, right?
Yes, the 6th. Correct.
Monday. I just want to point out how just dog shit boring my reaction to that trade was. And it was a really good trade. And I was just like, yeah, all right.
There was Monday was so bad too. It was so slow Monday. It was the lowest volume day. So
there was no volume Monday,
December
dude. It was
25th and 26th, and then May, I think, like 9th of last year. The lowest volume day since then.
Hell is it? You can keep talking. I'll pop it up once I find it. I'm just doing it silently here.
Yeah, Monday was just a drag there, and obviously market was waiting on headlines to kind of drop, so that explains it, and that's why the flow was so bad on Monday. And that's what I like.
It was last Wednesday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was last Wednesday. Because Monday I was talking about how, hey, we finally fixed. Would you mute? Jesus. I was talking about how we finally fixed the recording aspect, and then nothing happened. Just no volume, zero happened during the day. I'll find it though. I'll shut up until I find it.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, no, and that's like that's the thing too that we always talk about is you don't have to trade every single day. Like Monday was a great example. Very low volume, not a lot of good flow. I don't think we even found anything interesting Monday on flow. No, I think there was a couple.
There were Monday was when we saw some of that Intel bearish flow, and it printed the next day. Not so much today.
Yeah, if Tucker wrote down the trades that we talked about, that could help a little bit, but that's asking a guy to do his job's a little difficult sometimes.
I mean,
like,
look,
yes.
I'll start doing. If you tell me this is something I need to take care of, yeah, I'll do it. We just spent like straight up 2 months of like, oh, the recording's not working, so don't bother. So,
Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe whenever I want Tucker to kind of monitor a contract or just write it down so I can go back and do it, start making them work,
yeah,
earn that 5 cents a day, earn that 5 cents a day. He's about to drop out. He's like, I don't want to do this. Oh, you're getting a small little drop here though. Yeah, just too choppy for me right now. Too choppy. Amazon calls coming in here. Let's see, the 422 230.
Scrubbing this whole video is absolutely killing me. So I am gonna take a risk. Tucker, keep a close eye on the video feeds and let me know if they get choppy so I can abort this instantly. I'm gonna open DaVinci, which is an extreme drag on your CPU and your GPU, depending on what's happening. And I'm gonna close everything else. Like my charts getting closed. I want no draw, but I really want to find this clip to show you how fucking boring I was about a 60-point trade. It's yes, in my opinion, it should be boring. Like you shouldn't get into a gambler's mindset of like more, because that's when you fuck yourself royally. And I've done that. And so again, hard stopping myself. But I gotta give a little bit of flair, All right, here we go. Please don't crash the feed. Don't crash the feed. Don't crash the feed. Did the feed crash?
It's catching up. It's catching up.
Nope. I'm gonna assume
I'm just looking at the flow. No, I'm just looking at the flow. I don't see anything.
All right, it should come up short.
Oh, all right. There you go.
All right.
I know it's fine. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Cool. I am short now, trying to catch a little bit of this momentum. I'm up. Just how boring. About 20 points here. Now I'm up more. Let's see where this goes. If this 1 minute candle we are in a trade on right now bounces out,
I need a haircut.
I'm just gonna flatten this, but ultimately
that's what I'm taking out of this.
40.
That's a yee ass haircut.
So let me see what this 1 minute does right here, right now.
I need a
I'm gonna
haircut,
let
man.
this
I
get
haven't
here.
had a
80
haircut
is what I want.
Like couple
Let's
months,
see.
Man.
All right. This is
she's
gonna
gone.
extend my profit targets because I got.
Are we
about
supposed to be able to
50
hear this? Because I don't
But
hear
we are at my
anything.
300 for the day.
No, we can't hear
Otherwise,
it,
that was a
but
nice little scalping
Oh,
move.
okay.
I just caught a little bit of the momentum, How and I boring trailed my that is? stop to the 1 minute candles.
No.
I don't
Boring
like to as do when I'm
shit.
already in. I made like $250 in 15 seconds, and I'm just like, all right, that was a nice little scalpy poo, guys. Good job. So fucking good.
Just calm and collective. That's what you got to be. While you were doing that, though, I did find these.
Right, but it's not
Amazon
exciting
calls.
to watch. I agree, you should be, but
Yeah,
God,
what time was that at the stream though?
I don't know. It was toward the
Like
end.
towards the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who was still there besides like us?
No, dude. About 200 people stick it out with us to the end every show. Like our average is
Really?
like 150 concurrent.
Really?
Not so much on YouTube anymore. YouTube's kind of cooked since we switched to Twitter being the main thing. But yeah, let me just go check out
these
the chat.
paid watchers that we have?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
on that day when I took that trade, there were 150 people in the chat hanging out.
Okay. Okay.
So it wasn't. It was just boring. I was just like, yeah. Go
Just
team.
bored. They all fell asleep and they stayed in the stream.
Dude,
You
actually,
bored them to sleep.
that's the only reason. We're getting a nice pop here. Let's see if they can conquer the top shoulder of that W on SPX, which is right about 6765, where we thought it would reject earlier, and it did.
6-7. What'd you say?
I hate you so much. All right, Anthony is muted. Yeah, look at this. There's still nothing here. There's no more positive gamma building up, even across all expirations. On 0 day, it's the same. We have support now at 6750, and nothing but negative gamma above us with positive building way up there. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if we make a new high of day after testing way down there. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying we're going to. It won't surprise me. There's every possibility we end up closing in the middle of that range again, like yesterday, the middle of the gamma range, that is. But all of this is subject to change. This is real-time data. It updates intraday. All of this positioning can change, has changed. But my prediction is we get a nice run into the more extreme areas of this negative gamma zone we're in, and then pin it in between positive gamma zones. That's what I'm predicting for the end of the day today. If we were to do you think it'll close above or below a certain point? I'm going to say we're going to close above 67.70. That's my guess. I'm sticking to it. And I'll tweet this little clip out whether I'm wrong or right. How about that?
Yeah, how about I don't make a prediction, then I'll just say I'm right.
My girlfriend said the 6-7 motion those shit-ass kids do is literally balls in American Sign Language.
Oh.
Yeah, dope.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Amazing.
If they did that on purpose, that's really fucking funny and creative. I don't think they did, though. Hold on.
No way.
It's 6-7. I don't know American Sign Language, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna check this. My sisters know a little bit. Both of them do.
That could be interesting. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything. Can you send me the link to that? I'll watch it. Maybe it's like slang for balls. Like testes. Like nutsack is slang.
I don't know. It's kind of concerning that there's like elementary school kids doing that, then like first graders. But yeah.
I want you to go ahead and think back to the shit you did and said in like 4th grade. Just go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah. I don't know if teenagers signaling slang for testicles is really that bad.
Yeah, that's so mundane, bro. And also, not doing it on purpose, so who gives a shit?
My class was like setting fires in school in like 4th and 5th grade. Like lighting shit on fire in the bathroom. Not like smoking or anything, but a couple kids definitely. I'm from Podunk, Iowa, bro. You think we have anything else to do?
From what?
Podunk, Iowa.
You don't know what podunk
You don't know what podunk is? What the fuck, bro?
This guy's so young, he doesn't know anything.
Sounds wonderful, man. Sounds like a vacation spot to me.
Podunk just means middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just like kind of hillbilly thing, like.
My non-geographical person, I was like, "What?"
You were thinking like an actual town.
Yes, I was thinking of a city.
This guy doesn't know anything. Oh my god.
I know what city, but I'm not gonna say what city. But you know.
I just want to point out that these are the guys you all tune into to watch trade and learn flow from.
These are the guys that you're taking.
Snorlax's Thursday shows because they're a lot less stupid.
These are the people that you're taking trades with real money from that don't even know us.
No, you should not be taking the trades, is what I say.
Well, you know they, yeah.
We are at 67.65 again, and mind you, it formerly was positive gamma resistance. Now it is negative, and we are above it briefly before we wicked down. If they conquer this, dude, I think we're getting that push. They're already really well into the push. We've already... I don't want to open my chart again because I don't want to lag anything. We have completed the W for the most part, off the bottom anyway. The full day W has yet to form. If there even will be one, we could just V right up from here. But I think my premonition of closing above 67.70 will happen unless we get another good old-fashioned Trump tweet yeet.
Something.
But they're pushing. If you guys long that shit, congratulations. I did not.
I'm looking at these Amazon calls I hit here. These look pretty interesting. Good ascending fill on these. When they come in here, you see that IV increase. You get another IV increase here. Spots filling with the ask here. The only thing that could potentially sway me a little bit is that little IV decrease here at the end, but it's only on 2 contracts. It's only on $330 for premium on that, and that the total premium of this trade is $204,000. So this is kind of where I might offset that IV and kind of discount it a little bit there. $330 out of 204,000. I think we can all agree that's probably not a significant chunk of premium for the 204,000 trade, but just always something to kind of be cautious of there. But for the most part, I would say these look buy to open here to me. Come in at the ask there. It's just the 2 contracts there at the end there.
All right, I've got an update that's really important.
Ooh, what's that?
On the sign language testicles. It is
Oh.
British sign language. So you won't be able to hear it, but chat will. She sent me
Bro,
the actual
the people doing the sign
video.
language won't be able to hear it either.
Tucker.
You're signing balls for all those people that are like
I'll be early.
6, 7. You are also saying balls.
Let's go!
Every single time you
It's
sign
real.
this instead of lawyer, you're signing balls
That's
for all those
fucking
people.
awesome. It's British sign language that is slang for balls. That is a thing of beauty. And I love that woman for sharing that with the world. That's
They're
awesome.
probably
I
sitting
love
there
that.
roasting us stupid Americans.
Fair. And honestly should be. I'm a dumbass. That's for sure.
Yeah, we know.
I don't usually cause trouble, but I tend to get into it a lot.
Yeah,
Never my fault,
that's
ever.
okay.
Never. My behavior is perfect. My language is clean. I speak
Hey,
3
I'll
languages
tell you,
and I don't swear in any of them.
I have not dropped an F-bomb in here.
What's
at
wrong
all,
with you?
So, there's people in the audience that are trying to learn from us, and all this
Yeah.
derogatory language just isn't the best.
Do you know which researchers I loved the most when I worked in research regulation, and which professors I loved the most in college?
The ones that swear all the
The
time?
ones that were tatted up and spoke like me. Dude, one of the cancer researchers, really bigwig I worked with, it makes me happy because I hate the hoity-toity business attire type shit. I will never do that. It's uncomfortable. I look like a goober. I want to be comfortable. Just give me a t-shirt and some pants, bro. And like when I got a Fulbright research scholarship wearing the most fucked up clothes I had on purpose because the lady who said the lady who curated it at our university was very firm that we wear a suit and a tie. Like, I'm a poor college kid. I'm not going to buy a suit and a tie for one interview. I wore really torn up jeans, fucked up Converse, covered in paint, and got it anyway, so who cares? But my favorite researcher in the cancer center, completely tatted sleeves, like all the way down his hands and shit. And it made me happy because a lot of hospitals were always like refusing to hire people for having any tattoos at all that were visible. And I think that stuff's bullshit. You should hire me for what I do, not what I look like, type thing. And it's really refreshing to see that culture changing a bit. We've got normal people working in those professions, and that's how it should be. This your tattoos. Get the fuck out of here with that. End rant. This is how you can tell the flow dried up.
Yeah.
I came here to watch flow trading. What the hell are they talking
I mean, the
about?
last hour here, I've only had, very select handful there, and we looked at the Amazons there.
And
It's
right now
it's lunchtime.
We're right at the bottom of that dump range. So again, if they conquer it here, our bullish reversal's confirmed. They still got a ways to go. About 10 points to completely break out of the bearish downtrend. Because again, this can still be another stair step that just took 50 years to develop. But I'm still leaning long. If anything, I would want a nice back test of that 6750 range where we still have heavy positive gamma before the slingshot. But hands off.
Oh,
Oh, look, now he's trying to curry favor with a dog. This dude's just cheating the algorithm.
Oh, yeah, my little Kiwi.
If I bring mine in and pick him up like that, he's going to scream at me like crazy. He'll be so pissed off about it.
he'll be pissed if I try to get him off my lap, aren't you? Oh, are you the ones doing all the trades for everybody? Oh, my little guy, my little Hank over here.
Damn, that explains why I'm green today.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Who was
pretty
that
good
one-
at what he does.
There's a guy forever ago that was just having his gecko choose his picks.
What?
And he was like profitable for the majority of the year.
That's like Goldfish beats Elden Ring or whatever.
Yes, yes.
You know that guy that like plays games on like crazy controllers? Like, I'm gonna play Overwatch as Winston with a banana.
Yeah.
That guy's
Yeah.
awesome.
What?
Why is my target
Yeah?
cam not working?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
a
a
real
thing.
guy.
That's a thing. There's also somebody who set it up using a Raspberry Pi or something, and he used a piano where he had to play sequences of notes for each action instead of one button as an action. Like he had to play the intro to Fur Elise or something in order to shoot the gun. It was fucking nerds, man. It's funny, but I don't. How do you have the patience?
Not me. I don't even have the patience with this one when he doesn't want to come inside.
Dude, for real. All right, folks, let's do one last call for flow requests. Get them in now or forever hold your peace. We've got dried up flow. We're stuck in the bottom part of our prior range. I think we're in a bullish pattern. I still think we close above 67.70 today on the SPX. We'll see what happens.
How's our
Literally anything
volume
can
today?
change, and it is a literal raw guess based on current GEX profile, which will be dramatically different in 4 hours. We're
Yeah,
vibing.
pretty light volume again today too. I mean, so far.
Better
I
than
mean,
Monday.
Monday. Yeah, when
Monday we had
looked
like
at
10
Monday,
million volume at this point in the day.
I think it was 22 million when we ended the stream, and then we
Yeah.
ended at like 33 million at the day. I was like, yeah, it was.
There
a
was
very
nothing on Monday,
low
dude.
day.
And I got chopped up on Monday. I went 1 for 3, 1 for 4 on the show Monday. Lost like $100 on the day or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was
we
your
got
first
chopped
red
up.
day
There
on
was
the
just
show
not
for a
enough
while.
volume for any move to complete, and so I would sit for my full target, never get it. Oh well, type thing. Is what it is. It happens.
You know what we should have Tucker do? We
Go
need to have
streaking?
Tucker. No.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Fine.
it's kind of part of that. I was gonna say, we should have Tucker shave his head, and then he can have his cat on his lap, and he can be Dr. Evil.
Yeah, he's got to shave the cat too, though. Is the thing.
Wait a
Well, I guess he
second.
could be 1970s Dr. Evil before
With the white cat, with the big furry
Yeah,
white cat. Yeah.
before he was a bald cat.
Anthony, do you even know what that is? That movie's a little bit old for you, probably.
Tucker, you're like 12 years old. Stop.
Dude,
Like,
I'm so happy I've come up with the idea of just totally like Uno reversing the bit and just being like, "You're a baby," even though it doesn't make any sense.
If your
Yeah,
birthday starts with
wait.
a 2, your argument is moot. God,
Like,
that'd be
hey,
so
you know,
rude. Probably like
when-
half the audience still here listening to our bullshit is probably Gen Z.
When-
There ain't no way a boomer's still sitting here. There's no way.
No,
There's
no.
no way.
Once you started talking about, I don't even know.
I can see maybe
once you-
millennials hanging out for a while with us, fellows, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone above that age rate is still here. And I don't see any new flow requests, so we might be at a good point to fuck off. What do you think? I think we had a
Finally.
decent morning.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much more here.
I don't even know how many
Sure.
trades we took, but we didn't lose any, so that's what matters. It's not. My win rate's like 40% and I'm profitable. I talk about that all the time. I take really paper cut losses over and over again until I get the move I want. Now, I'm not just randomly throwing darts at the board and waiting for the move to happen. It's based on the gamma levels and my price action. I just don't like sitting through entire stop out ranges, even though the series of losses might total what that stop out would have been anyway. It doesn't make
Why are you
sense, but brains don't make sense, homies. What are you gonna do?
I don't think Hank wants us to stop. He will start growling there for a second. What are you growling at, puppy?
I know there's plenty of characters named Hank, but
You probably know where I got the name for the
no,
dog
I know
from.
where you got it too.
guarantee
But
it.
where my mind goes when I hear the word Hank as a name is that old SNL skit with Chris Farley and Adam Sandler, where Adam Sandler is the husband and Chris Farley's the wife. She's hear that, Hank? If you don't
That's
know
a
the
crazy
bit,
quote.
I just look like a fucking dipshit. But
You
it's a
do.
really
yeah,
good bit. Look it up.
I've
It's a
never-
really good bit. Back before
Okay.
SNL started not being as funny anymore. All right, no new flow requests, guys. Let's get the hell out of your hair then. This has been. I never. How do you do a sign off? What the?
Who cares? Actually, when it comes to this, who gives a shit? No one's watching.
For me, it's literally just all right. I'm gonna fuck off now. Later, guys. Peace. And then
I think it's well. You can do it like Snorlax's streams. It's like, all right, bye guys. Just click.
That's basically it. That's basically it.
Just not enough time for anybody to sneak in a question. Just all right, bye guys. Click.
Yeah. But hey, we'll be back on Monday morning, same place, same time, doing the same shit. Hopefully, keep this win streak going. Because Monday was ugly. It wasn't. We lost like a little, but we lost the number of trades pretty fast. We got chopped up bad Monday. And it was a good day. We actually had a little bit of volume and flow to talk about. Tucker didn't shoot anyone this time.
I did that last time?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay,
it.
just making sure.
Can't hide it.
Just making sure. Okay.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna fuck off. I don't know what these two are gonna do, but I'm fucking off. I'll see you homies Monday morning. Have a good rest of your week, guys.
See
Have
ya.
a great weekend.